Hello there. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hi. Man, this event is so pretty first thing. My goal for tonight is to get through about half of it. And then continue the next half tomorrow. It's a good goal, that way I can farm a lot over the weekend. So time to go into the Afterglow Hall. Boop. Oh man, I hope that the Enchanted Kingdom's fun. Grande valse brillante. The dancers make their steps in grace. The performers play the opening notes. Oh man, am I crashing a concert? It looks like I'm crashing a concert and I feel bad. Feel guilty. Did I break the game already? I just see a white screen. Okay, never mind. The sky is blue and fine. The breeze lilts in by in song. Something. Oops. Oh wait, now I can see it. The sky is blue and fine. The breeze lilts by in song. The river murmurs clear. My heart is filled with hope. The mist parts overnight. The earth welcomes dawn's light. Praise be Lathanian, where free men find their home. Lied des Clarion Himmels 1078. The Lathania PV, was that the one with the guy basically telling a nighttime story? It sounded like a bedtime story, but that one dude was talking about it. According to the map, I shouldn't be far from the Rhodes Island branch office now. Man, hibiscus looks so good here. Got held up a bit coming into Weisheim, but if I just hurry up, I can hopefully make it there before I'm late. Hold it right there. Me? Yes, you. Yes, indeed, you. Beautiful dame. You're an unfamiliar face. Could this be your first time here in the Afterglow? Yes, I'm a Rhodes Island operator. Here to look into the serendipitous infected prognosis phenomenon. Leave behind your work and duties for now. I cordially invite you here to perform with me in song. I can see why he's called passionate infected. It's like, excuse you, I'm in work right now. I can't do that. I can't just break into song right now. It's not a musical. Or is it? Perform? But I brought this concert flute as a staff. I couldn't play you a single song. No matter. If you can just make it sing, I have faith I can spin your notes into a song to offer to you, dame. Let's commemorate this fine day. I have an appointment with someone, and I'm almost late as it is. Don't worry. Anyone will let a little delay go, with the weather so fine. Come, this won't take long. I just play some random notes then? Please. Alright. I can make it sound. Do, fa, la, sol, fa, mi. Wonderful. A motive full of hope. Emma, I'll play. What if you and our visitor dance a tune together? Together? Come, beautiful Fräulein, let us skip. But I really don't have the time, and I'm not much of a dance. No worries. We all dance poorly at times. No one will laugh at you. Very well. I'll play this in 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Ready? Go! Oof, Hibiscus is gonna miss her meeting at this point. Poor Hibiscus. It's not like she'd get fired or anything, right? I'm sorry, I trod on you so many. That's fine. I'm delighted to dance with you. Thank you for joining us. Goodbye. Have a beautiful day. Welcome to the Afterglow. Thank you, thanks. Good morning, Hibiscus. You're Adante from the branch? That's right. Welcome to Weisheim's Afterglow. Thank you. This is awkward, you coming out here just to greet me. I didn't come just to greet you. Eh? Word came that before you left for the Afterglow, you were piling pressure on yourself, staying up all hours of every night. You were reading papers right up until you left the landship. So today, your job is entirely to relax. I'm actually fine. No, can't have that. Strings snap when you stretch them that thin. Besides, you came here just at the right time. Her Czerny's farewell concert is in a week, and it just so happens today's application day. Apparently, he's performing at the plaza in front of the Afterglow Hall. It'll be over if we're a moment too late. But the mission... If this chance goes, it's gone. We can talk missions tomorrow. Let's run. The world is telling Hibiscus not to work. We're here. Oh, that's a fancy hall. Yo, we be crashing a concert for reals. Afterglow Hall. They say it's this very concert hall that the Afterglow gets its name from. Is this even a building? Or is it a giant instrument? Enough. The hall's not going anywhere. We'll have time to admire it later. Our focus today is her Czerny. I think I read about Mr. Her Czerny beforehand. He was born in the Afterglow? He was. He's still the one and only musician ever to both be infected and renowned in Lithuanian. He's even held minor tours around the country. I see him. There he is. So fancy. The musician stands on the steps outside the hall, a colossal instrument his height upright beside him. No one stands in the 5-meter semicircle around him. Outside that semicircle, the crowd's team. Blow me down. Half of the Afterglow's here at least. Half? Her Czerny used to constantly perform outdoors here, but he's been ill for half a year. And it's his first time back. You don't know how excited everyone is. Ooh, we made it right in time for the concert. It's starting. With the sound of a piano, the plaza quickly falls to a hush. Practically everyone stops talking. Even the peddler hawking incessantly until now lowers his voice. The song is short. The moment Czerny's performance ends, mountainous applause erupts. It gradually abates. While Czerny prepares to play the next song, someone neatly dressed squeezes through the crowd and arrives at his side. Her Czerny. Dame Gertrude sends regards. I can tell this place is pretty good to the infected, especially Mr. Czerny. They're like, yo, look at this performer, this musician guy. We love him. He's our idol. Oh, you I see. She asks me to remind you that be it an applicational fair or the concert day itself, you haven't been booked for an outdoor performance. And what does it matter? Other places may have their schedules, but you are hard-pressed to stop me performing for all the Afterglow. Yeah, for all in the Afterglow. Your health isn't the fairest. You best not tire out yourself too much. I know my health best. If I didn't feel better today, I wouldn't be here. Go tell Gertrude. Mind her own business. Don't come all persnickety at me. Very well.
What was his problem? Why did no one say anything?
He's a retainer of Dame Gertrude Strollo.
Gertrude Strollo. Countess Strollo, the ruler? The Lensfrau of Weissenheim?
The very same.
But her attorney sent that man packing in just a few words. What a feel-good sight.
I see. Let's head into the Afterglow hall in a moment. Application's about to begin. Seeing the noble's figure disappear into the crowd, Cherney clears his throat. Thank you all for your support.
Ooh, hello.
Today I came not just to play you all, a passage or two, long while that it's been, but to warm up for the concert next week. I invite you all to be enthusiastic in this application. Prove your love for music on the stage. I'll be there. I'll be here supporting you all. I'll be at the selections tomorrow too, casting my own discerning eye. Now, let me play a few more pieces for you all. I welcome you to bring out whatever instruments you're good with. Whether you accompany me or play by your own tune, I welcome it all. Thank you, everyone.
Cherney bows, the heavy silence finally lifts, and the crowd erupts into even more fervorous applause.
Hey, you set up shop here too? Damn near everyone's here at the hall. Where else am I going to do business if not here?
Mr. Coffee Shop owner, I'd like to order a latte, please.
Sure, but I don't think anyone's willing to drink your coffee.
Excuse you, food stall owner, I want some coffee.
Easy for you to say.
Excuse me, I'll take a tub of sauerkraut, a big one. Are they gonna use a sauerkraut as an instrument?
Coming up. A crowd full of anticipation. A musician forcing his ailing body along. A noble given the cold shoulder. Touches my heart.
Mr. Coffee Person, I would like to buy from you, please.
Craid. You still insist on applying it to that concert?
Is mayonnaise an instrument? Yes. I've seen videos of people playing songs with mayonnaise.
Yes, I do want to go. Fine. Don't often see you turning a deaf ear like this. You want to go, go.
Thank you, Grandpa.
You sign up and come straight back. Don't linger outside.
I'll try.
Try?
Apparently, entrants have to perform on stage for this application, so they can prove their skill.
But your cello's been wrecked forever. You only have the one string to play. What are you doing about that?
It's alright. They'll provide a loaner instrument.
Very, very thoughtful of them. Why did nobody tell me,
Grandpa, are you... mad?
What? No. I'm just a little uneasy about it. I promise I'll be back as soon as the application's over. I won't run off anywhere. Fine, I hear you. I'll put the tea by the stove now. Remember to drink it soon. Don't let it get cold.
Craid, you wanna join my Rhodes Island? You look cool. Oh, another cool looking person.
Hello, mature noble. Application's beginning soon. It's about time you went. I still can't swallow this. You called me here, all the way from Urtica, specifically to have me apply to this concert full of infected. Such a level of interaction with infected won't pose any risk. You don't have to tell me, I know. What I mean to say is, I don't understand why you invited me here just for some run-of-the-mill concert. You've always wanted to breathe the air of freedom, haven't you? I can't deny that, but... Don't let doubts overtake you now. Enjoy the commoner's festive atmosphere. Shrug. The car is ready for you. There's some way to travel from the cliffy patio to the Afterglow. I recommend you not to go on foot, so as not to affect your performance at application. I appreciate your kindness. Farewell, Strollo. You're forgetting. I prefer my given name, not my surname. I apologize. Dame Gertrude.
Hey, so that's Gertrude. Hey, Gertrude.
Hello, Gertrude, ma'am. What a cue. That's a line for application. We're just going with the crowd, so come this way. Hello, can I ask? Here to apply, right? And the line's there. Head over and queue up. It's so long. Plenty of folks started queuing before the sun came up. But I'm really in a rush to get my application over with. I'm still caring for my grandpa back home. No can do. Look, we're all afterglowers. Who hasn't got someone to care for at home? Well, but...
Craid. You knew this was supposed to be a big event. Of course it's gonna have a long line.
Get in line quick. It'll be even longer soon enough. Can you really not accommodate just this once? I said no. That's just... Wait, you're a noble, aren't you? You're here to apply for a concert? If you see as much, then could you oblige myself and my friend here? But we've got rules. Or do you plan to refuse a noble, sincerest request?
I would refuse your request. Sorry, noble boy, get in the line.
I wouldn't dare. Thank you for your understanding. Come now.
No, actually, that's really nice. I like how he's actually letting him cut in line too. I'd be tempted to be like, get in the back though. But oh well. This is sweet, this is cute.
Didn't you hear me? They're letting us through. Alright. But... where'd he go? Next, please. Can I have your name, please? People call me Craid. What instruments are you proficient in? The cello. Did you come without your own cello? I don't have one. That's fine. We provide common use instruments to musicians. You can access them at your leisure. Alright, you may begin. Be careful not to go over 1 minute.
That is so nice how they actually have the instruments ready for him.
Is there a problem? I didn't get to ask just now, but how do you determine pay for participation? Pay? Eh? The person who told me about the concert said that so long as I was chosen, I'd get ample pay. My grandpa's gravely ill, and I need money for his treatment. I sympathize with your plight, but there is no material reward for this concert. There's no pay at all? I believe the vast majority feel that the ultimate honorium comes from performing with her Churney at his farewell concert. How could this be? It's your decision to perform or not. However, if you do decide to leave, I hope for you to at least leave us with a fine melody before you do. Alright.
True, it would be an honor to perform with like a huge idol like Mr. Churney. Craid somewhat dejectedly bows. He slowly takes a seat and steadies a cello between his knees. With a hand on his bow and the other on the strings, the dismay is all but swept from his face, leaving only concentration. From the cello strings flows an ornate melody, gradually filling the whole hall. After a number of bars, Craid's performance reaches its sweetest point, when a concert flute joins from below the stage out of nowhere. The noble in black plays the flute, accompanying Craid's cello, and paces his way onto the stage. The event stages are fairly easy. Good! I wanted to finish the event in 2 streams. That's my goal. Craid is briefly startled, but nevertheless concludes the passage with his own cadence, while the noble follows, the cellos ending with his own, briefest cadenza.
And that's 1 minute. That was the most beautiful performance I've heard today. I feel we should pay our respects to both you young men. Are you here to apply to this concert too? The very same. I was planning to do so alone, but professedly, her Craid's performance struck me deep, and I did happen to meet him earlier.
Hey, Mr. Young Noble, you should become Craid's sponsor. Ooh, hello, and thank you.
I was loath to miss a chance to perform with such a superb instrumentalist. Understood. May I have your name? Ebenholz. To have someone like you... Ebenholz? Are you certain? Your real name is Ebenholz? That's not an alias you just came up with after staring at the piano? You really are too mistrustful. Besides, a piano isn't the only thing with keys. Does a flute not have them too? Even so, your lineage in this state. I'll say again, my name is Ebenholz. Do you have any other questions? Very well. That said, since you and her Craid brought no agreement on whether to apply as an ensemble, the decision lies with him. Her Craid, what do you feel? I was only applying to this concert for my grandpa's medical fees. Should Craid ascend to the ensemble, I'd be very willing to provide him and his grandfather economic assistance.
Yes, Ebenholz, become his sponsor! Do it!
Really? That kind of aid doesn't come without strings attached. Make sure you're completely clear about this. We saw a musician swindle last year. He signed an extremely unfair contract. Please, I ask for some respect. I'll do it. Then I'll leave it at that. If the two of you are entering the selections as flute and cello, then the one choice you have is Morgan and Abend. It's a duet for flute and cello with piano accompaniment, and one of her Cherney's signature works. Are you okay with that? Said piece marked a turning point in my learning flute. I'm extraordinarily honored that I may perform it on her Cherney's stage. I'm fine with it too.
Cute, they're going to become a duet. Why is that Noble helping Craid?
A lot of musicians have nobles as backers, nothing strange about it. Some do it because they're not good enough themselves, so they see a really skilled musician and leap for them. They like how it makes them look better all around. I can't figure out this Ebenholz either, though maybe he's just appreciating a fellow maestro. Something still doesn't sit too well with me. Oh, could we treat Craid's grandpa? Hibiscus. You were here to investigate the serendipitous infected prognosis phenomenon, weren't you? And our branch is still too small. We don't have what it takes to admit patients like a hospital. Examinations, diagnoses, prescriptions for milder cases, getting patients in touch with other organizations when they need hospitalization. That's our limit. But I'm still a little worried. In that case, Craid's application is over anyhow. Let's go catch up and ask him. See if we can offer him any help, okay?
I'm excited to hear all the music for this event. I thought I was just crashing a concert. This is even better.
Test results are in. Cell originium assimilation is 8%. Blood originium crystal density is at 0.23 U/L. I can't say it's too severe, but it's not good by any stretch. Typically, any patient should receive standard treatment with indicators at this level, no matter how they feel themselves. I suggest hospitalized recovery. Standard treatment. Hospitalized recovery. I hear Rhodes Island is just as much a business. You might be pitying me, giving me the test with no charge, but there's no such thing as a free lunch for me, eh? We're partnered with some organizations in Weissenheim. We can refer patients to them. They have collaborative protocols in place with Rhodes Island. The prices will be cheaper compared to anywhere else. Given your present circumstances, I can try to talk down their fees further, or I could help offset expenses on both sides. No need. If I knew Craid was only going for my sake, I wouldn't have let him go, no matter what. Craid, I'll say it again. You return every last cent to that noble. We're going. What could possibly be happening behind you when an aristocrat gives you money for no good reason? But Ebenholz just wants me to perform with him. Even if he means no harm, he might mean no harm, and an old man like me is totting about without any grandstanding or friend in power won't be worth much to exploit. The hospital still wouldn't be angels to me, even if they do admit me. I don't want my life depending on their whimsy. If you see a heart of gold in that little lord, then use that money for your own sake. Do some business that lets you get on with your life. No, I already agree with Ebenholz. The money he gives me is for treating your sickness.
Ooh, hello.
You're tired of me, throwing me into hospital so you can never look back. Isn't that right?
Grandpa, sheesh! Craid only wants you to get the best treatment. He's not abandoning you. Sheesh, Gramps.
What? How could I? How about he convalesces here instead of going to any partners? Hibiscus, I understand how you feel, but we don't have beds here, and our medication stores are for emergency response. If we can have him recovering here, we'll be able to monitor his health condition more tightly. I'm sure it'd be of help to our investigation too. I can clear my own guest bed for him to take. Medication-wise, we'll sell at our partner's prices. I'll write a report after the fact, explain the situation. That should all be watertight under procedure, right? I think that works out. Then we're good to go then we're all good to go on our end. Sir, how about you? Are you able to accept that? I guarantee your treatment will be the highest priority for us. All research propositions will hinge on informed consent, and will never commit to anything harmful to your health. I agree. And I have to rehearse with Ebenhol soon too. I might not have too much time to look after you. Besides, conditions here are so much better than at home. If you're here, I can put my heart at ease too. Please, Grandpa.
I'll go home this evening to pack some things. I'll be back tomorrow morning. You'll let me have that much, won't you?
You better not run away, Gramps. Gramps, better not run. You better go back there. Be a good Gramps. Don't make your boy worry.
OP 599.
I got this. It's a tutorial.
No fear.
Streets layabout? Okay.
Are they carrying cups? Are those cups? Are they gonna beat me up with cups? That is so rude. Assuming that's a cup. These enemies aren't just hard hitters. They're dealing extra arts damage too. And the excess energy here is seriously messing with me. It's slowing me down so bad I can't even heal myself. These energy restricting devices on the battlefield, tubas, can use excess energy to form realigned flux. Standing in realigned flux can keep you from being disturbed, and it can counter enemy special abilities. Huh? But the realigned flux isn't passing through here at all. So as long as an operator is deployed in realigned flux, they can direct its flow and extend it in the direction where they were deployed. Cardi, just hold on a little longer. I'll point the realigned flux to your position as soon as I can. There.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to pay attention to the realigned flux. I see how it is. Ooh, it's about like 2 or so years after I started chapter 9. Interesting.
We've got reinforcements. Looks like powerful enemies approaching up ahead. Everyone, you're best off standing in the realigned flux. The Whisperer walls here can reflect realigned flux, so we can use them too to alter any flux's course. Make good use of the realigned flux. Let's wipe these enemies out.
Okay. I'll try to do a thingy. I'll do it like that. I will believe. Yeah, that works out. Good. Oh man, I'm gonna have to pay attention to those. I mean, it's fine. I can brute force even better now that I've raised another healer. I'm gonna be so healthy. And I love how Melantha's just chilling. As one does when you're Melantha.
Now ready to continue. Trish Trash Polka. 2 exits and 3 entrances. Okay.
This be fine, haha. Oh man, this looks so interesting. I haven't brought along a friend support since the update. So this is what it looks like, that's cool. Wow, it even tells you when people are last playing. Or last logged in. That is fun. See how this is? The music for this event is so pretty, even in that loading screen. Yo, what is this place? This is fancy. I'm so sorry I'm late. This is the selections. If you were tardier by 20 minutes, we'd be hand in hand as we waltzed home. I'm sorry. Would you mind quickly explaining yourself? My grandpa went missing this morning, actually. Grandpa! I said not to wander off, Gramps. Why you do this, Grandpa? You were supposed to just stay in the place. But no, you wanted to go home and grab things. Grandpa! Missing? Nothing terribly serious. I found him in the Afterglow in an alley. And he said he was just up too early, out for a walk. For a walk. The whole time until you arrived here? No. I went to Rhodes Island with him. I went to Rhodes Island this morning too. For the admission procedures. With your grandfather? At the Rhodes Island office? I recall Rhodes Island having only a minuscule branch in Weissenheim. They couldn't be admitting patients. They couldn't, but Hibiscus gave up her own bed. And she promised she'd put my grandpa's health first. Humph, a charming tale. But it cost you a pretty penny, didn't it? They took the money this morning. It was less than half than what you gave me yesterday. Well. You'll have to check regularly on your grandpa then. So they don't trim corners when you're not looking. Trim corners? They're business after all. Their profits have to come from the sick. If they admit them on such low fees, say, a little from their meals, a little from their equipment and medication. I don't think that's what's happening. I don't think that's what's happening. And how do you know? Yesterday afternoon, they gave him medicine to take before I'd paid anything. And Hibiscus spared some food for me this morning. I only turned her down because I was so short on time. Wait, did Hibiscus make the food? Was it the healthy food? Was it the super duper healthy stuff? Whose designs are like better in this time frame? Man, I love Hibiscus's outfit here, but you know, Lava's mysterious outfit's fun too. You know, when she's recording her movie with Mian. But if I had to choose between them, I'm gonna choose Hibiscus's outfit. Such a meticulous performance. Surely your grandpa was unwilling to go precisely because he could see that. I get it. I'll be checking in on him as much as I can. Thank you. Thank me? I know you're taking pains to tell me all this because you're worried me or my grandfather will be hurt. Never mind. Let's move on. Aw, they're already besties. What did you think of the score after picking it up last night? Next entry, Eben Holes and Craid. Come. Cherney is overseeing the selections today in person. We can't afford to embarrass ourselves. Greetings, Her Cherney. No need for pleasantries. Go on, begin. The selections are quite unlike the applications, where crowds throng the seats to watch. Save for scant few staff, only Cherney and the entrance are present. If yesterday's audience was present, the majority would be applauding this brief ensemble piece until their hands are raw. But here and now, as the final lingering notes fall away, the look on Cherney's face is fearsome. Do I like super duper healthy stuff? Depending on my stomach. Most times, no, I eat unhealthy stuff. I'd be willing to eat her cooking, Hibiscus's cooking.
Her Cherney? You haven't practiced much, have you? As you surmised, but it smacks too strongly of being scrabbled together. You and your flute and him on his cello. There's almost no sense of coordination. Especially from you. You were stuck fast to your own tempo, completely ignoring what the cello emoted during the melodic passage. Conversely, you forced him to accommodate for you instead. If you hadn't realized in time, you would have ruined the entire passage. I would have ruined the entire passage? No, I feel you may not have heard quite clearly. I'm sat right here, and you tell me I don't hear clearly. You think something's wrong with my hearing?
Her Cherney, Ebenholz doesn't mean to offend you. He's just...
Just what? All I see is someone too coddled by flattery.
Coddled by flattery?
You know nothing of my circumstances. I ask you to rescind...
Ebenholz.
I will consider Craid. You may leave next.
What did you say? Do you imply even he... Her Cherney? If Ebenholz isn't allowed to perform, then I can't be in this concert either. I feel like Cherney's probably correct. He's the professional here. Plus, you know, Ebenholz is probably thinking he's awesome as a musician too, so he's like, excuse you, Mr. Cherney. Like, if only they could have recorded the performance and then played it back, then I wonder if Ebenholz's attitude would change. Like, oh crud, maybe I was too much in my head and making my boy Craid play with me like that. Oops. My bad, Cherney. You were right.
What's forcing you to speak for him?
Ebenholz has been a huge help to me, so...
I'm sorry, but this concert won't sink for losing one potential cellist, and losing one pot stirrer of a lord will pain me even less. Next! Scoundrel! Who does he think he is? So flippant just because he's played a piano, written a piece or two? Calm down, come on. How am I meant to be calm? What kind of attitude was that? Coddled by flattery? I'm a fine, upstanding man. Who's ever coddled me? Give me a name.
I think there was just a small misunderstanding between you. Surely her Cherney didn't think we were that lousy.
Of course you weren't lousy, that was me. Did you forget what he said? I will consider Craid. You may leave.
I think the sooner you apologize to him, the better. He might just let us try again. Do I think I'll struggle with the event mechanics? I'm not sure yet. I didn't actually do a regular stage, so I can't tell for sure. And ooh, if I had an instrument, what would I want to use for here? Oh man. Just for fun, I think it'd be cool using a bell. To assert dominance.
There's always some way, and it doesn't have to include humbling myself so badly before him.
But I can't think of anything that'd help other than apology.
You return home, in any case. I'll be returning to my residence to contemplate what to do. If there really is no alternative, then we'll seek out Churney.
Well, alright then.
How are they supposed to contact each other now? Like, does Ebenholz know where Craid lives? Does he have a phone that he can call?
Coddled by flattery. This musician knows nothing, and he dares prattle. Shh! There's a headache again. Useless fake. Even the lowly blight racks commoners loathe the vulgar sound of your flute. You shut up right now. Mind her. We may not be acquainted, but you seem to be in need of some help. Not at all. I appreciate the trouble. He really is hers. Pardon my insolence. Oh, so it's you. Do you feel unwell? You? What did you say? No, not at all. Really? Your face looks somewhat sickly to me. Of course not. Haha. Ha 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 ha. Ah. Pardon me, pardon me.
That was awkward.
Your headaches are flaring up again. It's fine. It's more or less faded by now. I'm sorry.
Man, though, Gertrude, she's so pretty. Hello, Gertrude.
What are you apologizing to me for? I was so inconsiderate as to cause you embarrassment at the selections today. And give you a headache at that. You were so inconsiderate? How did you know? No, in fact, it's only natural for you to know it. Indeed, for better or worse, I am one of the sponsors of this concert, and news about it reaches me fast. Per Ebenholz. You needn't worry, this is nothing major. In fact, I hear Churney didn't assess you too badly at all. He intentionally designated you as backups for Morgan und Abend. Really? We're more or less friends. I have him worked out to an extent. He's a famed artist after all. Come rain or shine, and infected too. His temper flared up. Please excuse him. Humph. I do have my influence over this concert. You and Craid can practice. I'll do Churney's work. I'd rather redo the selections and have you exercise your sway, to be honest. This morning was merely an aberration in performance. Of course, of course. Still, you needn't let this perturb you so badly. Tea? We have a citrus-flavored black tea today. They say it does good things for headaches.
I want some of that. Ma'am, I'll trade you some of the tea my friend got me for Christmas. She got me an osmanthus tea. And it's good. It has a nice light flavor.
Thank you very much. How is it? Fragrant. I appreciate the hospitality. Well then, moving on. Listen closely, please. As you'd anticipated, my inviting you to Weissenheim for a concert in the infected settlement does come with ulterior motives. You don't seem too bowled over. I'm used to being exploited by now. It would have surprised me more if you had no other motive. In that case, I'll be straightforward. I have a plan that's been a long time ready. If you act according to this plan, I have great certainty I can free you from the voice of the mundane. What did you say? The voice of the mundane, Herr Ebenholz, the root of your many misfortunes. one of the legal grounds of which you possess Grafschaft of Erdica, the... I don't need you to explain what the voice of the mundane is. The thing has been inside my head all this time, tormenting me when it sees fit.
What's more annoying, having the voice of the mundane or having creepy snake uncle like a girl? Man, what's with all these the voices in their heads like that? Though the voice of the mundane talks you down, while creepy snake uncle father just monologues and monologues and monologues. I can't tell. Is it worse? In that case, when it comes to the voices in their head, maybe Tallulah, because monologue, you can't... Yeah, the monologue's pretty bad too. Sheesh.
What I need you to expound on is the details of this plan. It's very simple. Just perform at her attorney's concert as an ensemble with your fresh acquaintance, her Craid. And that will suffice. Out of sheerest kindness, I'll treat this as a poor joke, Dame Gertrude.
Man, I love everyone's design during this event, but right now the one who catches my eye the most is actually Gertrude. I don't know, there's just something about her, her design that I really, really like. Maybe it's that hint of blue. Like, her outfit is so nice and sleek, and those little blue points are like,
This is in no way a joke. Just like you, Craid harbors the voice of mundane within him. Him? The voice of the mundane? The twin empresses made it explicit that I was the only one left who carried it. That merely shows there are things even they don't know. To boot, it isn't even that rare. Two voices of the mundane need only come close enough in space in order for resonance to occur. And this sonority will amplify both your arts as it occurs. That is the basis of my plan. Beyond amplifying your arts, resonance is its own kind of powerful energy, and this energy will be massively intensified when you two perform an ensemble. It just needs the appropriate induction, and I'll be able to make use of this energy to transfer your voice of mundane into him.
Wait, they're gonna sacrifice my boy Craid? Hey, that ain't fair. But Craid already has a voice of mundane, technically.
Then what will happen to Craid? Fear not, I'll handle that as deemed fit. I still don't understand, though. Why does it have to be Trini's concert? I'll do it with Craid at his home. You come induce this resonance, and you transfer my voice of the mundane into him. Won't that work? The induction of resonance is a delicate art. Alone without the Afterglow Hall, I wouldn't be able to do it. The Afterglow Hall? Didn't you know? Construction of the Afterglow Hall was completed under the Witch King's supervision. I never heard. Being a building he ordered in the twilight of his reign, the materials and architecture employed in the hall share many resemblances to his spire. It wasn't meant as a concert hall as it is. It is synonymous with the infected district. It was meant as a fortress of arts, a nightmare to terrify His Majesty's enemies. I've overstepped my bounds in doing so, but I do require the Afterglow Hall aid me in conducting the resonance's energy, and so we can ultimately eliminate the voice of terror that dwells in your body.
Gertrude is sus. Yeah, she is, for wanting to transfer the voice to Craid. Though I feel like if Craid gets it, it's just gonna make him extra talented. Like, for some reason, the voice isn't gonna really talk down to him like he talks down to Ebenholz. If anything, it'll pump Craid up and make him extra powerful as a musician. Is what I hope.
I've overstepped my bounds in doing so, but I do require the Afterglow Hall aid. Aid me in conducting the resonance's energy, so we can ultimately eliminate the voice of terror that dwells in your body. Oops. Do you have any other questions about the detail of this plan? After it's done, I will handle Craid and any other remaining trifles. You need only hide for a suitable length of time. Once it all blows over, you can escape your unbearable nobility once and for all, and become a free civilian.
Unless I somehow summon you, then you're gonna work in my base, boy.
Of course, if you aren't alright accepting such ready freedom, I won't force you. And I certainly won't make an enemy of you on the grounds that you know my plan. Whether you wish to remain in Weissenheim until the concert concludes or return immediately to Utica, I will not stop you. You won't stop me. You're the first to want to rid me of the voice of Terra, rather than exploit it. Just what are you hoping to gain from me? A powerful assistance. A what? I'm just a puppet Graf. I can't even manage my own fiefs personally. After your supposed plan succeeds, I'll be no more than an unidentified civilian. What powerful assistance? Fiefs, armies, even Originium arts. None of that is important. What's important is that the Graf Utica gone missing, even declared dead. Think of it. How will the Lithanian public opinion respond at the right juncture? The Graf Utica returns from the grave. To return from the grave, that's the greatest aid you could ever lend me. I understand. Please, allow me some time alone, Dame Gertrude.
Or maybe Craid will be the powerful ally. Since he would become super OP.
I'd be glad to. If you wish to travel anywhere, don't hesitate to tell the servants outside. Farewell. Farewell. May your decision be the one that suits your interests. Hello. Listen, you must watch whatever happens between Craid and Rhodes Island closely. You may disrupt Rhodes Island's movements when necessary, but remember, never to alert them at any cost. Direct military conflict is forbidden. Understood. Allow me to report to you on Graf Urtica's circumstances. You can save it, we know. This is your plan. If you feel the need to expound on minor matters like this, we'll simply send someone to put you back on track. Apologies, I was not considerate. Ebenholz will be easy enough, but Craid and Rhodes Island. I forgot. I have what I need, ready and waiting.
The only one I can see probably dying in this event is Grandpa. 'Cause he's sick and old. Like to protect his boy Craid. I'd understand that. It'd be so understandable and sad in that case. But yes, very understandable. How do I want to do this? You know, I'll do it this way. Boop. Oh crap, I'm gonna have to put someone facing up soon. Oh well, too late.
No regrets.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to put someone facing up. Oh man. Maybe I can move Thorns. I'm so sorry, Thorns. I put you there.
命令を
Man. Yeah, it's gonna have to be that way. I'll just do this way for now. It's cheaper. And then bam.
承知した
Well, it's a good thing I'm a little cutie down here. She can help. Recover my cost anyways. Actually, I'll put her here. Because why not? I don't want to accidentally interrupt the flow, that's why. So there, that's good. Yeah, this is fine so far. I can put her here, because healing is good. Yeah, healing is good. Plus, I believe in Monster. Monster doesn't need that line. I don't want to interrupt the line. Okay, now I just wait. Actually, no, I don't have to just wait. I can do this too. And man, the music for this fight is so dramatic. I love it. So far, it's fine.
Mission accomplished.
Yay. Did the thing.
Though I sent the both of you off at the selections, things have changed. You two are now the primary candidates for Morgan und Abend. Things have changed? What do you mean? The two who are to perform, Morgan und Abend, cannot attend the concert now, which is why I had you two brought in.
If anything, I hope the people who were chosen to play were bought out and not hurt. I'd rather they were bribed.
Cannot attend. Did something happen with them? They went to the tavern yesterday afternoon to eat and drink their fill. Normal enough, but something piddling made those two clowns pick a fight. So now, the flautist has a fractured arm, and worse still, the cellist somehow fell on his tailbone. He can't even sit. And there he is lying on his bed, claiming he can play standing instead. Ridiculous.
Oh, they got hurt. Oof. That is big ouchies. Especially the dude with the fractured arm. Oh, that is so sad. Like the sore tailbone. That hurts, but as long as it's just bruised, it's fine. But the arm, the fractured arm.
What? You seem shocked. This is honestly beyond expectation. Is it? It only took the second day of selections for this to happen, if I'm frank. If this was anything more than a chance bar fight, then you would be the greatest suspect. Would I? No. This is less than nothing to do with me. My desire is to move you through music, not rough up the innocent. Fine enough for you to say. But you have the money to back Craid. Paying to stir up trouble. Yeah, paying to stir up trouble should be easy enough for you, shouldn't it? Her attorney, I can testify Ebenholz never did anything like that. You testify? Did you glue your eyes on him for all of yesterday? I did. And why did you do that? Of course he didn't glue his eyes to me. The two of us were just together, discussing how to change your mind. though we never came to any conclusion in the end. Craid, is that the truth?
It is. Shakes head.
For the time being, in the moment being, I'll believe Craid.
Thank you, Her Journey.
So, don't start parading. All told, you're standing in. You're still some way from what I require. Especially you, Evan Hells. You're the drag. I'll give you this one day to rehearse. Come back to my home this evening, and I'll cast my eye. You will only be chosen if you can meet my minimum standards. Otherwise, I would rather strike Morgan und Aben from the program. Understood? Understand? Yes, you may rest assured. Also, Craid, weren't you missing a cello? Take this one with you.
Can I really?
Of course you can. If you can meet my demands this evening, then this cello will be yours.
Thank you so much.
Alright, off you go. I need to sort my own thoughts as is. Is that Ursula? Did you forget your key again?
Mr. Cherney, I'm an operator from Rhodes Island. You can call me Hibiscus. Hibiscus? Oh no, did something happen with my grandpa? Did Gramps run off again? Hello, Mr. Cherney. It's nice to meet you.
Hello. My talk with him is done. If you have business, feel free to take them away.
Hibiscus, is there anything new with my grandpa's condition? Relax, it's okay. Your grandpa's gotten treatment already, and he's looking a lot more stable. Mr. Cherney, it's not Craid. I actually came here looking for you.
Me?
I'm hoping to get some insight into any change in your condition. Would right now be convenient for you?
What do you want me for?
There's been quite a few recent infected cases of abnormal recovery around the Afterglow. I came here to investigate the whole phenomenon. On top of that, you're a household name around here, so I was wondering if you had more of a handle on what's going on.
I'm sorry, but I've been just fine all along, and I can't say I know anyone else is. And I can't say I know how anyone else is doing.
But aren't you holding a farewell concert? That's usually...
I'm sorry, but I need quiet. Can I ask you to leave for now? Who is it this time?
Mr. Cherney, your house is so popular.
Mind her. Open her up. I forgot my dang key. Craid, could you go out of your way to open the door again?
That's an awful lot you're carrying, Oma.
Good boy. You go have a seat. I can carry it by myself.
It's okay. I can bring this into the kitchen for you. Who's my favorite character in this event so far? Craid's a good boy. I like Craid. Craid's adorable.
And this is? Ursula? Distant relative of mine. She's cared for me always.
Well, this is a rare sight. So many people at our home. Bowl me over. You're noble, aren't you? Oh, apologies.
Hardly. You can simply call me Ebenholz if you so wish.
Oh, your lordy sword better not joke around with old codgers like myself.
It's no joke at all. You can just call me Ebenholz.
Honest?
Of course.
Then if you don't mind me, please. Hello, Miss Ursula. Oof, what's this Bah, no. A slip of the tongue, Fräulein. I didn't mean that. Don't take it seriously now. It's okay, Miss Ursula. I'm used to it.
Oh, no, I have to apologize. Really, pardon me. What do you need mine her for? Concert matters again?
Not in particular. I wanted to ask if there was any change in Mr. Cherney's condition recently.
You a doctor?
I'm an operator from Rhodes Island. You can call me Hibiscus.
So you and Adante are co-workers?
Adante's a local operator. I'm here at Advice to Heim on business from the landship.
That's a relief then. It's Adante who gives mine, her, and me our medicine. Lots of folk get prescriptions from Rhodes Island here in the Afterglow. Mine, her, how's the last few days? Ahem. Mine, her. She's a doctor now. A doctor who cares about your health. This is good for you. I didn't ask her to come in. Well, that's silly now. If you didn't let her in, she wouldn't be here. Last year's when he started feeling unwell, no change when spring came this year. Wouldn't be wanting to do any farewell concert otherwise. But since yesterday, he's been looking much better. He's been looking in much better spirits.
Is there anything else as well?
Let me think. Ursula. Alright, my lips are sealed.
Thank you so much for your help, Miss Ursula. If anything's the matter with Mr. Cherney, please give me a shout. We'll see you later. Bye-bye. Have fun.
No need to tell us. We'd be asking Rhodes Island for a look if something happened anyway. Are you done? Are you happy? All done. Oh, me and my memory. Said I'd make potato soup and forgot to even buy potatoes. I'll run back to the market now.
Mr. Cherney. Eyes practically full of life. Miss Ursula, I'll come with you. I have some questions about cooking I'd like to ask you.
Well, since everyone else is taking their leave, we should also... Hold it. Her Cherney. The key. Oma Ursula, your key. Don't forget your key. Huff. Huff. I never would have imagined an old lady could be so fast. I was a hair from losing her. I owe it to you for helping me smooth things over back there. That's alright, I trust in you. I know you wouldn't do something like that just to be selected. So, we've handed the key over. Now we should be finding a place in the Afterglow to rehearse. Can't we just perform right in the street like everyone does? We're rehearsing, not busking. These lanes are too noisy. Oh. How about your home? Your grandfather just so happens to have vacated. And it wears me to death traveling over the cliffy patio every day. Could I ask you to lay out a bed for me, and I stay at yours for the next while? I'd welcome you gladly, but my place is a wreck. I'm scared you wouldn't settle in. I will, trust me.
Aw, they're having a sleepover. That's adorable.
This is my home. Irk. What's the matter? Is there something wrong? The room's too small. There's a draft from the window. The timber is molding. There's practically no soundproofing. No, it's quite fine. Quite fine. Hold on. There's only a single bed here. Where does your grandpa sleep? He sleeps on the bed. I sleep here on the floor. But Isn't this just a rug?
For a rug, it's pretty nice, and I'm used to sleeping on it by now. If you're going to live here, then I'll stay on the floor. It's no problem.
Let's just rehearse for now.
No good. I'm stuck in this mordant. It's alright. We can start again from the last bar on the line above. It's this mordant. Should I slow down slightly at this part? No need. It's only an ornament. I'm just being slightly hesitant. This again! Evanholes, I'll drop the tempo. Don't put an ornament at the end there. Just play it through like it's a single note. The mark is printed on the score. But you're straining your breath all the way in the bar before, just so you can brace for the mordant.
Fine.
Wonderful. We played it all the way through.
Aw, they look so cute. Being besties here.
But I admitted that ornament, and Trini will hear that, I'm sure of it.
It's alright. We still have time.
Easily said. With the state we're in now, you've no need for further rehearsal. I'm the only one who still has to spend time on this.
No, don't be like that. I have parts I'm not playing well myself.
Really?
Look here, I didn't express these dynamics at all just now.
You're right.
And there's a few parts I've been barely forcing through. It's still too early to say I'm fluent.
You gave me a heart attack. I thought you'd already completely mastered this.
We've had so little time. It's not like you could really be fluent in a single go. You have to take a lot of things nice and slow.
You're right. Let's take a break for now, and then we'll work out all the kinks.
O'er lofty hills, the fiend steps into twilight's midst a gaze. The blood hides plague within, slow beckons death to creep all ways. Pestilence from shadow wanton spouts, spews ruin in prelude. Fate's finale's ensemble, woe deprives of sun's last rays. What do you think of these edits?
It's more or less the same as the previous edition. You're sure this prophecy will drive out the Rhodes Islander?
A prophecy alone likely isn't enough. But if we add their majesty's names, then use it as a pretext to cause a tiny little uproar, the chance it'll succeed is great, and there won't be any real harm should it fail.
Can you ensure the spread of this prophecy will be confined to the Afterglow?
Please be assured, previous small-scale disseminations of prophecies have not left any trace of their spread. Moreover, has an infected settlement?
Then do it.
I hope that Evanholes guys become besties and then Evanholes doesn't want to transfer the voice to him anymore. That'd be nice. Except I don't think he can stop it. Appassionata or pathetique? Okay, there's one entrance, 2 exits, and stairs. They're mainly gonna go for the stairs, which is fine. I'm cool with that. Go for the stairs. This be fine. Boop. I just gotta remember to make sure the line goes where I need it to go. It didn't go so well with Mr. Cherney, but everyone else in the Afterglow has been nice and easy to talk with. I visited 10 or so houses by now, and picked up a few blood samples. Not bad results. It's almost night now.
Junge Frau. I've seen you busy all day long, running to and fro. I bet you're hungry, aren't you? How about trying some Afterglow specialties?
Specialties?
Take a look at this. Pan-fried sauerkraut. The aroma, the color.
A pickled food sauteed in oil. The very opposite of healthy.
What? Scared I'm overcharging you? Here. This one's yours, free of charge. Don't be shy now. You've been all over the streets checking up on us. This is to thank you.
Oh, I can't turn down hospitality. Thank you very much, then.
Don't mention it.
I want to try it.
What's wrong? You've only taken one bite. I told you it's on the house.
I'm not quite hungry. I'll carry on eating later. Actually, have you ever considered adjusting your recipe slightly?
In what way?
You see, this serving is approximately that of an adult's, but the salt and fat content are at least 3 and 5 times the recommended intake respectively. It's more harmful than anything.
Junge Frau. I've been making this for decades. There's no one buying it who doesn't like it. If I suddenly change my recipe, my regulars would have my head.
I'm suggesting with your health in mind. Though if he gets rid of that stuff, oh, it's probably not gonna taste as epic. It's the unhealthy parts that taste the best, hibiscus. Everyone's spending their money here, myself included, isn't infected. A diet so high in salt and fat can only have even worse repercussions uninfected than on the healthy.
I'll just ask you this one thing. Does my food taste good or not?
It's extremely delicious.
Then that settles it.
But I still think...
Alright. I know you can't appreciate my craft, I get it. My heart goes out to you.
Haha. I kinda want him to cook the healthy version and then give it to her and be like, look, I made it the way you like it. You recommended. How does it taste? How's it taste, hibiscus? And then maybe she'll be like, it's not that good, but it's healthy. Oh, by the way, I'd like to ask you a few questions, can I?
Seeing as business isn't exactly booming right now, ask away.
Well, why don't you tell me how business has been lately?
Up to my ears. More and more people out to eat the past few days, probably thanks to the warm weather.
Are you familiar with everyone who comes to eat?
I am. Every patron of mine's from the Afterglow. I know basically all of them.
Are they all infected?
They are.
Have there been any who hadn't showed themselves for a while, but came to buy from you again these past few days?
That's right. Quite a few too, if I think about it.
Could I ask you to tell me which of your customers that applies to? Where do they all live? I don't know if he would know where his customers live. Hibiscus? Thank you.
No problem.
Finally. How have you been feeling recently?
You mean the neuropathy? Fairly regular, nothing one way or the other. But with business good lately, I've been really on top of keeping my stocks up.
I'm guessing you're not too obsessed with music?
Ha. Heh. I've never been much of an artist. Don't have as much drive as them. If I can keep my family fed, I'm happy.
That's all my questioning then. Thank you for humoring me. I hope business thrives for you.
Thank you. but you've still only taken one bite. Jungefrau, why don't you have a little more?
Well, didn't I just...
I'm joking. You doctors put health first, I understand that. But naturally, there's a priority for us chefs, and doctors by and large, well, they give us some understanding back. What do you say?
I can understand, but I still can't approve.
Just understanding's a good start. We can put our differences aside. Next time you want a bite, remember, come by. She has me wondering though. Seemed on the verge of tears after she took one bite. Ah, such a nice young girl. Makes you wonder why she had to be a sarcasm. Chef Koch, one thing of sauerkraut, please. Coming up. Oh, it's you. 2 portions of minced meat and a slight char on your sauerkraut, yeah? Thank you. That girl just now looked a little strange. You seen her before? She's been all around the streets lately. If I didn't before, I have now. What? Are you going to invite her to yours for a cup? Forget it. You've seen how she's so busy. Probably on some serious business. No chance to have a coffee.
I feel like she'd be more accepting to coffee than the fried sauerkraut. I want the dude's coffee. Cases with abnormal improvement are distributed over an even wider area than I guessed. Oh, hello, new person that looks cool. I'm sorry. That's alright. I should be the one apologizing. I was so preoccupied. Admiring this magnificent building. I got in the way of your motive. Motive? Goodbye. Goodbye. She's in a hurry, though I suppose it's about time to head back. There's no residents in the square.
Hey, Fräulein.
What a strong smell of alcohol.
Yeah, you, devil.
And you are?
You just left my house, don't you remember?
So, you're a relative of Mr. Schneider's? You didn't seem to be at home when I made my visit just now.
I'm his son. You sucked my father's blood.
Hibiscus. Adante, not a moment too late. This man here is extremely worked up, and I don't know what he's trying to convey.
Adante from Rhode Island. Go tell your boss right now to send this devil back home. Never let her back in the Afterglow.
Just calm down for now. Tell me what you did. It helps me write my report afterward. I was wondering why you're taking so long to return. Head back to the branch office for now. I'll observe a little longer. Something's not right here. Maybe what he says can help us out somehow.
She sucked my father's blood. Devil. Bloodsucker. Do you know what that means?
Mr. Schneider, you may have heard legends about vampires, but I'm just an ordinary sarcast. Fresh blood has no attractive force on me.
Who said anything about vampires? Hey, buddy. What do you say? What's she doing? Collecting blood from infected?
Me?
Yeah, you. Go on.
I'm busy right now. Excuse me. I don't blame that lady. She don't want to get involved. It's like, yeah, I'm not getting involved with this drunk dude pestering these girls.
Gah, some people got no spine. Bro, you tell me. Well, I'm not so sure about the details, but I've heard about casters using infected blood to do their arts. And the Spire casters secretly abducting infected lately. They're doing about the same thing. That's what I want to hear. The devil's been collecting our blood from all over. That shit's exactly what she's doing.
Collecting the blood of the infected for arts. Based on what I know, nothing apart from the, quotes unquotable, witch kings remains. Hibiscus's mindless utterance stuns not just the two infected into silence, but the entire crowd about them, who gather to see what the fuss is about.
You'd utter the Majesty's name just like that. You really are all tied up. That's it. She has to be. It's what the prophecy said. The devil's going to use infected blood to blast us all with arts.
Aw man, it was Gertrude's rumor. This is what's going on. This is what Gertrude did.
Prophecy? You mean the one His Majesty issued? Right, that one. We can't let that prophecy come true. Did you say prophecy? I heard there was a prophecy recently, but it was all vague. What did it say exactly?
I'm just as curious. You're trying to drive me off based on some prophecy, but I don't even know anything about it. How do you expect me to go just like that?
We can't just talk about it out loud. Who can guarantee he didn't leave behind some kind of arts? Maybe our each and every move is all. Eek! Then tell us quietly. What exactly did the prophecy say?
Shh. Adante, have you heard similar rumors? Have you heard similar rumors recently? It rings a faint bell, to be honest, but I never paid any attention to it. Not to mention, His Majesty died long ago, and even if he were alive and well, he'd have no reason to leave any prophecy specifically in the Afterglow. People just keep coming.
Girlie, I think you should take a hike. There's everything to fear here. Get out of the Afterglow!
Please, everyone, don't just trust an unfounded rumor like this.
Rumor? You have the gall to call a prophecy a rumor, you!
Sir, one moment you saying me and the we. Those remains are all tied up. The next you're suggesting I'm disrespecting him. What exactly are you trying to get at with all these contradictions? What are you inciting?
The way your sword behave, common sense never applies. Besides, who knows what a devil like you is up to, coming here to the Afterglow and using your investigation as a cover to steal our blood. Even if you mean no harm, we can't just ignore the prophecy and let you stay here. Isn't that right, everyone? Yeah, that's right.
I'm not sure why you all seem so scared of a fictional calamity taking place here. It's probably His Majesty's name hanging over you. But there's something that scares me more. I'm scared I won't be able to find an explanation for this incident. If I cower now, then maybe I'd be losing a golden chance to save lives. Maybe I'd leave you all to be in danger just because of my own cowardice. You can look at me like a cruel caster using infected blood for arts. You can treat me like some devil spreading disaster. I don't mind any of it. I just want to save lives. Beyond that, I'm not asking the Afterglow for anything else.
No more lies. If you don't go, you're here to destroy the Afterglow.
Everybody, I don't intend to start a conflict with you here. If you truly want me out of sight, I can return to the Rhodes Island branch office for a time. And you can all cool down in the meanwhile. Would that be okay?
Shh, now you're talking reason. No. Where do you think the Rhodes office is? It's here in the Afterglow too. Or do you think Rhodes Island has some special privilege, huh? that you can just take it out of the Afterglow's hands. We won't let that happen. Everyone with me, drive this devil away.
Some come charging in, some stay motionless where they are, and some choose to turn their backs on Hibiscus, leaving the sight of trouble. No matter the choice they've made, Hibiscus simply stands there, not choosing to fight, nor choosing to flee. Yeah, she doesn't want to fight anyone except for the food stall person. Being like, your food is too unhealthy. Make it healthier. That's the only fight. Let's see, how do I want to do this? Maybe like this for now? Okay, this is fine for now. Kind of, sort of, not really. Man, I don't want to accidentally disrupt this flow though by putting her here and looking a certain way. Shoot. No, it's fine. This is completely fine, yes. As long as I have multiple people there, it's okay if they're slower. Yeah, even if they're slowed down, as long as they're powerful enough, it's fine. I just have to believe. And not accidentally get too close. Or else big oof for me. Oh man. Kind of out of range, but whatever. That's fine. Yeah, this is fine. Ooh, mass-produced Colossus. You be buff. I'll put her here. And then like that. That's good. Yeah, this be fine. Do I want to do that now? Yes, I do. There. No one shall pass.
Mission accomplished.
Phew. Andante tries his best to stop the tide of people approaching Hibiscus, but what a single person can do is limited. The crowd quickly passes by Andante and surrounds Hibiscus.
Don't make me repeat myself. Out of my way.
And what are you people trying to do? She's here to help you, so why are you doing this?
This has nothing to do with you, Andante. Andante, if you're going to protect this devil, then get her out of the Afterglow.
What? What's going on here? Craid, Hibiscus is in there. They're mobbing her. Move out of the way. Let me inside. Oh, look at Craid. Craid is such a good boy. Craid's so adorable.
Huh? What hole did you crawl out of? Oh, I remember now. You're the kid who drifted into the Afterglow not too long ago, right? Be a nice lad and go back to taking care of your oppa. And don't stick your nose where it doesn't belong.
Hibiscus only came here to help all of you. Why are you treating her like this?
People like you will never understand. We're protecting our homes from the devils, so get lost.
Hibiscus isn't like that. All I know is that Hibiscus is here to treat Eurypathy, and she's wholeheartedly devoted to it. Can't you all see that?
Treat Eurypathy? Whose Eurypathy is she here to treat?
Craid, you don't need to get involved with this. This is Lyseheim after all. They wouldn't dare.
Wouldn't dare what?
The cello? Are you out of your mind?
If you got a problem, come at me. Why are you flinging ours at him for? What's any of this got to do with them?
I wasn't trying to. Why the hell do we have to answer to you? Get out of here. We're gonna put a hole in your body, just like we did with this cello here. Someone's playing the flute.
Ivanholes, is that you coming to the rescue?
Who wants a piece of us next, huh? Show yourself. My heart won't stop pounding. Shive, why do you have to show up here? Hey, where are you people going? Why are you... Did you hear that? Did you not hear that sound? Wait, could it be? Don't tell me it's... Please have mercy on me. I just had a bit too much to drink. I absolutely meant you no disrespect. What in the world am I doing?
The crowd. They were gone? Craid, are you alright? You're not hurt, are you?
I'm fine, but my cello... Oh no, the body's been damaged so badly. Can it be fixed? I don't know.
Aw man, he just got that cello too.
Thanks for coming to my aid.
Don't mention it. It's a pleasure to meet you, or perhaps meet wouldn't be the right word. However, I haven't had a chance to say hello until now. To be honest, you were in quite a bit of danger back there. Even though the Afterglow was technically part of Weissenheim, your average patrolman has no desire to come around here. If they really decided to attack you, there's a good chance nobody would have come to help you for a while.
Then I must thank you again. And to whom do I owe the pleasure?
Just call me Evanholes.
Then Evanholes, have you heard of the prophecy they were talking about?
Not even once. Just caught wind of it from the crowd here.
In other words, this prophecy hasn't reached the cliffy patio at all.
The cliffy patio?
That's where all the nobles in Weissenheim live, right?
Don't lump me in with a lot of them.
But aren't you Weissenheim's?
I'm actually not a native of Weissenheim. Besides, it's discourteous to casually speculate about a noble's identity.
Then, did you come all the way into this Afterglow to perform in Mr. Trey's concert? Are you also an infected?
Sorry, but I don't have a ripathy.
But I heard from someone that only infected are performing.
That's enough chit-chat for now.
Are you in a hurry?
Of course I am. Craid and I were going to her Trinity's house to have him assess our practice today. But then all this broke out.
Sorry for wasting your time. I'll be heading back to the office now.
Alright, don't stop moping on me. Let's head to Mr. Trinity first. I'm sure he'll find you a new instrument, seeing how he's so fond of you.
Hey.
Come, I was only joking around.
Don't worry about it.
But that's sure strange. I haven't heard about His Majesty's prophecy or anything of the sort. Could it have been Gertrude?
I think I've heard something along those lines before, but only very vaguely, and there were never any mention of the sarcasm.
Well, whatever. The concert is the only thing that matters. What a quaint group of people, though. If they really care so much, they should head to the door of the Empress's voice and start hollering His Majesty, His Majesty. Now that would be a fun show. But let's set that aside for now and head to Mr. Trinity's place.
But my cello...
I already told you. Mr. Trinity will get a new one for you. Besides, it's not your fault. Even if Mr. Cherney wanted you to pay him back for that cello, you still got me.
Right.
The cello was broken? What? Did the two of you decide to jump into a fight?
No, that's not what happened.
Then what happened, Craid?
Ebenholz and I ran to Hibiscus while we were on our way here.
Hibiscus?
She was surrounded, attacked by a group of people, calling her a devil and saying that she'd bring disaster to the Afterglow.
What nonsense?
I was trying to defend her and the cello got blasted by somebody's arts.
Casting arts in the open streets? What's going on in the people's heads these days? And so you managed to beat them back?
No, Ebenholz dispersed them with his arts and helped get me and Hibiscus out.
He helped you?
Yes.
Alright, I have a clear picture now. This poor cello. Alas, it was the only decent one I had.
I'm sorry.
Don't apologize, you didn't do anything wrong. If anything, I should be the one apologizing to you on behalf of the Afterglow for those idiots. In any case, just put the cello over here. I'll go look around and see if there's anything suitable for you to use. All that's left is this mass-produced one. You'll have to make do with it. Now, let's hear how much you've progressed in your practice. Begin.
I wonder how many cellos Craid's gonna go through. He had his original one that was broken in his house. And now this one, so 2 technically.
Her Cherney. What do you think of that? I won't say there was no improvement. And considering how the two of you have been only practicing for a day, I shouldn't expect too much.
Ooh, hello.
But it doesn't seem that any of the problems from before have been fixed. None of the problems from before have been fixed? How could that be? You're reacting a lot faster now, Ebenholz, but you're still getting carried away in your own passages. As if you're trying to show off. In the end, you still need Craid to accommodate you. You're not even familiar with the music yet. So what are you trying to show off for? And then there are those ornaments. You managed to hit them all, but it's making your breathing completely uneven. What's the point of that? Craid, on the other hand, is more solid in comparison. His main problem is insufficient mastery, something that can be solved with more practice. But at the end of the day, Morgan and Abend is a duet. It is impossible for one person to constantly be accommodating the other. In all honesty, I would prefer to strike Morgan and Abend.
Her Cherney.
What is it?
How about this? Can we try again with you accompanying Ebenholz on piano?
Are you sure that's a good idea? I won't be playing around him like you do. Don't blame me if he makes an utter fool of himself.
It'll be fine. Chip her up. I know you can settle this in one go. Nods.
Are you ready? Let's go. How's that?
Her Cherney.
Your braggadocio hasn't changed at all. What do you take your flute for? A tool to help you show off? However, I had no intention of matching your rhythm at all, but you more or less managed to stay steady throughout your part. It's clear to me now that while Craid is accommodating you, he's covering for your bad habits rather than for a lack of skill.
Oof. You know, that poem matches me too. Roses are red, Arknights is not bad, pools can be hard, my luck is always bad. For the most part, my luck is very questionable. Super questionable. Sometimes the gotcha gods take pity upon me. But most times they're like, ha ha, you want this person? Nah, son.
While there's still ample room for improvement, you've at least met my minimum threshold.
So that means...
You pass.
Fantastic!
I won't pull my punches though. I've already had to lower my standards to rock bottom today. I may ask you to show me your progress at any time. If you're still playing at this level before the concert, I will not let you step onto the stage. Am I clear?
Rest assured.
Additionally, Craid, you're playing on a mass-produced instrument right now, and is only for emergency use. I would still recommend you find something else.
But the one you gave me is...
Don't worry, I'll cover you. Oh? Let's go shopping tomorrow morning. I'll get you the very best.
Evanhold is being such a good sugar daddy to Craid. Like, I'll pay for your grandpa's medicine, and I'll get you a nice cello.
What is it?
So I was telling you about His Majesty, right? His Majesty's prophecy.
No foolin'. Tell me more about it while we walk. I'd like to hear it again in detail.
Aw man, they're spreading the rumors.
Do I think Cherny's a good defender? I have no idea.
I would not know. I don't have them. Never used them.
Now, third part, der Freischutz, something like that. And now 2 entrances, 2 exits.
This should be fine, haha, sobs.
I will bring along a caster, cause why not? Boop.
Let me see. That's right. This is the place.
Isn't this place too ornate to be a music store?
Of course. This is the best music store in all of Weisheim. Otherwise, I wouldn't have brought you here.
But I didn't apply to enter this. But I didn't apply to enter Cliffy Patio.
Those bureaucrats are so inefficient that by the time they process your application, the concert would already be over. Plus, even if we do get found out, we'd only be looking at a fine.
I heard that if someone helps an infected leave the Afterglow, the punishment for them is worse than for the infected.
What's there to be afraid of? It'll be fine. Stand up straight and don't act skittish. Just don't let anyone be able to tell, and we won't have any issues. Welcome, Meinher. Are you here to pick out an instrument or... Of course. Let's find ourselves a cello first. Very well. Who might this gentleman with you be? Him? He's my... Meinher, I apologize for my rudeness, but I must remind you that those wearing unauthorized apparel are not allowed into the store.
Sheesh, it's one of those places where you gotta dress fancy, huh?
I'll go wait outside then.
Outside? What exactly are you so afraid of, acting all suspicious? Don't tell me you. Do you have any idea upon whom you're casting aspersions? Unauthorized? Suspicious? How dare you use such words to describe a noble? Do you value your job or not?
Oh, that's so funny. How it's like, you're not wearing the right clothes, and it's like, okay, I'm sorry, I'm gonna go out now. It's like, why are you acting sus by going out, huh? It's like, you just said he's not wearing the right apparel. Mr. Clerk?
He's simply fallen on hard times, and has no choice but to dress plainly. His clothes are neither damaged nor dirty, so why would he not be allowed inside the store? Excuse my rudeness, but this gentleman's attire does not match the store's required style of... Style? My cousin has just suffered a great upheaval. His cello, which he cherished greatly, was destroyed in the turmoil. I wanted to bring him here to buy a new cello as a way of expressing my condolences. What right do you have to spout nonsense about style? I am terribly sorry about this, but the store policy will have... terribly sorry about this, but it is store policy that all customers must be dressed appropriately. I'm sorry, but I cannot allow your companion to enter. Fine then.
Edmund Halls takes off his cloak and drapes it over Craid.
Now that he's wearing the same clothes as me, can he enter? Or is my cloak somehow part of your inappropriate dress? If I put my cloak back on later, am I also not allowed to enter? Well, I'll go ask the manager.
He's an inexperienced clerk. I wonder if this is like his first day in the job. That'd be kind of sad. I'd be like, this place is stressful. I don't like working here anymore.
This one can't just mind his own business.
Here, your coat.
Thank you. You're welcome. It was my idea to bring you here to buy a cello in the first place. I'm bringing you inside the store one way or another, even if I have to pick a fight with that clerk. We would like to extend our sincerest apologies to both of you. The manager will be here shortly, and he will personally show you our instruments.
Oh man, is this clerk gonna get fired now? I feel bad for him.
Excuse me, are you busy right now? Oh, it's Hibiscus. I got plenty of time. It's about your condition. Phew. I was worried that clerk was going to report us to the authorities.
Nonsense. It's not like he knew you were infected. He just saw your shoddy clothes and took you for a commoner. Tisk tisk. Looks like we forgot something.
We did?
Our suits, of course. Surely you don't plan to wear this on stage. It's too unprofessional. Let's go. I'll find you the best tailor in all of Weisheim.
No, I can't. During the fitting, the Originium crystals would.
You do have a point. In that case, we'll have to find the best tailor in the Afterglow. How about it?
Good job, Sugar Daddy.
The sky is blue and fine.
Alright.
I can't thank you enough for buying this cello for me and for helping me order a suit.
The cello's on me, and we haven't even gotten your clothes yet, nor do we know how they'll look on you. You can save your thanks for later.
We'll know by tomorrow afternoon. I'm sure they'll fit us just great. So thank you.
Since we left the store, all you've been doing other than humming is thanking me. We've been over it a dozen times.
The river murmurs clear.
This tune.
What's the matter?
I think I've heard it before, or maybe I haven't. Never mind, it's probably just my imagination. By the way, you study the cello, so why don't you have one of your own? Did it break?
The teacher who taught me how to play did give me a cello, but it didn't take long for someone to mess it up. Even though it's still sitting back at home, by the time I leave the city, I might only be able to bring the bow with me.
Just the bow? What's the purpose of that?
Seeing the bow was enough to remind me of my teacher. I'm afraid that if I were to lose the bow, I might forget my teacher as well.
Forget? Don't you remember your teacher just fine?
Actually, I'm already starting to forget. My teacher was a nice, sancta lady with very long hair. She dressed plainly and always had a smile on her face. I used to remember a lot more, as if she were standing right before my eyes, but not anymore. There were actually a lot of others I've wanted to remember. So I need a few keepsakes to make sure that I won't completely forget.
Keepsakes. Huh. What about right now? What do you plan to remember Trini by?
I suppose a signature would do just fine.
What about hibiscus from Rhode Island?
For hibiscus, maybe an empty medicine bottle with the Rhode Island logo?
You're too easy to please.
So long as it helps me remember, the actual object doesn't matter.
What about me then? It'd be this cello, wouldn't it?
Maybe something else. The cello from my teacher didn't last very long. This one also.
Fair enough.
I wanted to keep a coin that you gave me. Maybe punch a hole through it and wear it as a pendant. That sounds like a pretty good idea.
Money is how you remember me?
Eh? Is there something wrong with that? Then I'll pick something else.
No, it's a fine idea. Shall we head back home and practice?
Actually, I was thinking, why don't we pay a visit to her attorneys first?
Oh? I'll pass. It's no secret that he gets all pissy when he sees me.
I'm sure that's just a misunderstanding. It'll get cleared up.
You've been saying that since the first day we met him. Even if it really is just some sort of misunderstanding, I think we're well beyond the point of clearing anything up, so yes, I'll pass after all.
But her attorney approved yesterday, didn't he? All misunderstandings have to be resolved bit by bit. Let's go. I want to see him so we can try out the cello you just got for me. It'd be a shame if such a wonderful instrument didn't have a knowledgeable audience. Hey, Mr. Cherney, look what Sugar Daddy Ebenho's got. Excuse me? Are you busy right now?
Hibiscus, sorry, but now's not a good time.
I just like you to answer a few questions. You're also free not to answer if there's anything you're not comfortable disclosing.
You're not gonna take my blood?
I wouldn't do that without your consent.
Okay. I don't want to believe it, but this cello isn't something you can find in the Afterglow after one morning of shopping around. You went to the cliffy patio, didn't you?
I did.
Bold of you.
Actually, Ebenho's got into an argument with the store clerk, just so I could go into the store.
An argument? Did he think your clothes weren't fancy enough for the cliffy patio?
The clerk said something about not being able to enter the store unless dressed appropriately. But do you see anything wrong with Craid's attire? They were purposely fault-finding because Craid was wearing commoners' clothes.
So you, a noble, have begun to fight for the commoners.
I did it for Craid.
Regardless of whether he's a noble or a commoner, his skill is more than worthy of the instruments inside the store. To deny Craid entry, but to sell those magnificent wares to nobles who needlessly fill their shelves with them, would be to treat the finest lumber as firewood. Nods. I didn't expect to hear those words out of your mouth. Craid, go ahead and get acquainted with your new instrument. I'll accompany Ebenholz and have him practice solo for a bit. Let's see if we can change some of his old habits.
Change my habits? I dare say. Yes, her attorney. See? All misunderstandings have to be resolved bit by bit. Her attorney's attitude is already changing. The rest is up to you. Good job, Craid. Helping out your sugar daddy. Hello.
You that devil! Get out of here! Do you have memory problems or something?
Sorry to bother you.
Get your ass back here!
Do you need something? What's with you, dude? First you're like, get out of here. Get your ass back here. What's next? Get out of here again.
You plan to go hide back in your office again, aren't you? You're being a bit unreasonable. Who the hell do you think you are? You still owe me quite a lot of coffee money, so who do you think I am? Oh, it's you, Bagler. Sorry, didn't notice you there.
He walked away because he doesn't want to pay his bill. Coffee man. How much does he owe you for him to walk away like that? Thank you.
Don't mention it. At the end of the day, the Afterglow is an infected settlement. It's real lively here, but you'll run into plenty who can't be reasoned with. Best be careful out there.
Thank you for the reminder.
Here's my business card with the phone number of my coffee shop on the front side. If you're ever thirsty, give me a call. We deliver too, real fast.
He has a delivery service too? Mr. Bagler, you're the best.
By the way, hasn't Andante always been the one in charge of the Rhodes Island office? Did you just get dispatched over here?
Actually, I'm here to investigate some strange happenings. Oh, Mr. Bagler, regarding your condition.
Strange happenings? What kind of strange are you talking about? I haven't heard a thing.
So this is what happened. I like how they skipped that monologue.
How fares the situation? Latchman's plans proceeded spectacularly. Gruff Urtica's actions were largely within expectations, though he did cause some hindrance to Lachman. It was most likely accidental and did not incur any lasting consequences. That's nothing. I never expected Lachman alone to drive Rhodes Island out of the Afterglow. As for Cherney, he already had to expend most of the goodwills he earned, not to mention copyrights, just to invite those haughty critics to the concert. Word also has it that he's held his nose and wrote a glowing recommendation for a Noble's album that he held nothing but disdain for. For someone like him, there's no going back now that he's stooped to this level. What about the Sancta from a few days ago? If I remember right, when she applied for entry into the city, she said she came from Laterano to immerse herself in Lathanian culture. According to the records, she concluded her tour around Weissenheim and left earlier today for her destination. So we don't have to worry about her. Let's go. We should be on our way to the Afterglow Hall. But our appointment with Trudy's isn't until tonight. There's no shortage of prep work to be done. Plus, if that one ever decides to head to the Afterglow Hall on a whim, a hard muscle won't be enough to stop him. That's when things get troublesome.
Miss Gertrude, why must you instigate like that? Come on, Ebon Holes. Don't do the thing to my boy. Be a good son. Be good to your boy. Let's see, I'll do it this way. This seems fine. A little awkward, but it's fine. And then I guess I'll put him here. Because why not? Awkward. And there. Come on, let me put down Silver Ash, my boy. Okay, now it's fine. Yeah, this be fine. Well, I just gotta bring her out. Just to make sure I don't interrupt the cycle, the flow. I wanna bring out my bestie, Golden Glow. Oh no, that person's tough. Uh-oh. No, that's bad. Yeah, that was terrible. I did not appreciate that. Yeah, that's fun. Actually, no, I'll put someone else here. I'll put my bestie. Nah. And at this point, it should be fine. Yeah, I believe. Sheesh, that person hits hard. Ma'am. Excuse you. Come on, let me wreck you before you wreck me. Get a little bit closer, please. There. Heh. Excuse you, caster. Get here.
Mission accomplished.
And there.
No good. At the triplets. No throughout this entire piece. I thought you were trying to show off at first, but after a few sessions, it's clear that you're not. Instead, you're deliberately handling high difficulty passages with excessive flair, as if to obfuscate the less technical passages. In theory, you should already be quite familiar with this piece, so what's the point of fudging the easy sections? The point? To fudge my way out of this rote, mechanical drilling. How's that for an answer? You've lost your temper? Showing off? Fudging? Why such loaded words? The way I see it, I'm wasting time repeating the same passage in the same piece over and over. Whether you understand or not doesn't matter to me. But you're going to be playing in my concert. If I say it's not good, then that means it's no good. Keep practicing, and don't stop until you understand what I'm talking about. Fine. I also happen to want to know what manner of unfathomable creature I'm running from. Start from measure 17. 1, 2, 3, 4. What's the matter? What was going through your head when you played that passage just now? Nothing in particular. Wrong. You're throwing a fit at me. And what warranted you specifically pointing that out to me? That was the best you've sounded all day. Are you joking? Do I need to joke around with you? All you can think about right now is how to shut me up, isn't that right? That's exactly the way to approach it. When I wrote this piece, I was also thinking of someone who always competes with me. You're not saying anything, so I assume you're still surly. Or do you have such a problem with me that you don't want anything to do with me anymore? No, I actually thought... Thought what? I thought you had a problem with me. I do have a problem with you. You have a problem with me, and... Is it that I'm a noble? That is one reason, but not a particularly important one. It's true that I do not like nobles, but that does not stop me from applauding their music. Just as some nobles see me as unclean. But that does not stop them from practicing my compositions at home. Even the fortunate ones, sheltered and blissfully unaware of the plight of man, with sufficient respect for music and a desire to pursue it, may be found expounding the joys of life. But your performance is virtuosic at times, yet functionary at others. Overall, it's just as if one side of you is just trying to kill time, while the other half is going to great lengths for embellishments and frills, as if to prove to others that your problem is a matter of motivation rather than capacity. Let me be clear about this. This is a form of blasphemy against music, an attitude I absolutely cannot accept. Fortunately for you, you've already proven to me that you're not doing it on purpose. At least you have the ability to rid yourself of this state. What I suspect more now is that you had a talented teacher who was irresponsible toward his students. Yes, that's exactly the kind of person my teacher was. Thanks to him, I can perform a few pieces on pretty much every instrument, but I loathe him from the bottom of my heart.
If you guys hear anything in the background, that's my neighbors. And I can't tell them to be quiet because they're my neighbors. If it was my family making noise, I'd yell at them to shush. But I can't be rude to my neighbors.
If that's the case, his music must have been quite unusual as well. You're right about that, but I don't want to talk about him anymore. No matter. Back on topic, I need you to remember how you felt today. I'm not telling you to keep holding your nose while you practice this piece, but I'd like you to remember the rhythms and expressions from this last time, and the way you played those passages and transitions. Alright. Good. Let's wrap things up. You must be tired from practicing for so long. I still need to take a look around the concert hall and meet with my sponsor, so I need to get going soon. That's it for today. I'll have Ursula fetch something for you to drink. I'll have Ursula fetch something to drink for you and Craid. Ursula. Ursula, where are you? Craid, have you seen Ursula?
She said she was going to Rhode Island to fetch some medicines, and left about half an hour ago.
Half an hour ago? Their office isn't that far away. I'll head down to the Rhode Island office to see what's going on. You two can go home.
I was also about to go there to visit my grandpa, so I'll come with you. Evan Hose, wanna join us?
Not like I have anything better to do.
Ursula, are you okay? Evan Hose, Craid, and Mr. Trini too. You all came at just the right time. I'm cooking up some food. Would you like to join us in a bit?
Hibiscus? Where's Ursula?
Miss Ursula's helping out in the kitchen.
Well, if it isn't her Trini. Didn't you come here to pick up medicine? How'd you end up cooking?
That was the plan, but I caught Hibiscus cooking, and Dante went out again. Thought it'd be bad to impose and offered to lend a hand. Now you're here and that takes care of tonight's dinner as well. Since Evan Hose and Craid are here too, we need to make extra. How about Grandpa's portion? Your grandpa has been asleep this whole time. I'm afraid he won't be able to join us at the table tonight.
The whole time? Has his condition worsened?
Don't worry. As far as I can tell, that's a common side effect from the medication, but he'll adjust to it soon enough.
Alright.
Hibiscus? What's his thing? It looks just like an apple. It's a very nutritious tuber, great for your health. I haven't seasoned it yet though, so hold on a bit.
Weren't you going to go check out the concert hall with your sponsor? I still have to fill up the tank before I go.
That sponsor must be very dear to you, right, her attorney?
Dear, huh? Ha. Quite the opposite.
Oh?
At first, I truly thought the two of us kindred spirits, but I quickly realized she is not the same kind of person as I. If I recall correctly, your true soulmate was the one intimately connected to Morgan und Abend, only to pass away before you completed that opus. That's right. Now that I think about it more calmly, the reason you rubbed me the wrong way from the very beginning, might have something to do with the way this piece came about. Hearing you play Morgan und Abend like that filled my heart with some dissatisfaction. But now that you've seen the light, the stone in my heart has at last been shed. It's all thanks to those hours of intense instruction you provided. Otherwise, I see sarcasm is also one of your bad habits. Maybe it is. It's fine, I don't mind. The way I see it, the most important quality of a musician can have is sincerity. Sarcasm aside, even deeply rooted hatred, if expressed using the proper techniques, is meaningful all the same.
I want to see the dinner they're making. The last dish is ready. If not for Ursula's help, cooking all these dishes would have taken forever. Eating together makes it feel like we're one big family.
Family, huh?
Speaking of family, I wonder how Lava's doing back on the landship.
Lava?
Lava's my sister and an infected. She can be a handle at times, but she's a good egg. Your eyes lighted up when you mentioned your sister, Hibiscus. Really? Lava's the kind of girl who remembers who's been good to her. Even if she's bad at expressing it, she always gets into trouble. She's also infected, but unlike me, she's really into studying her own originium arts. That's why she needs to pay extra attention to her diet. Plus, she tends to miss meals or stay up too late because of her training, and I always have to remind her. Oh my, I'm sorry. Whenever I talk about Lava, I can't help myself. The food's going to go cold, so let's dig in. I'm going to go change Craid's grandpa's bandages first, and then I'll be right back.
She sure loves her little sister.
That's what siblings are for.
Can't help but wonder at times if mine her had a brother or sister of his own. Maybe he'd be a bit more easygoing. Ursula.
Hibiscus,
Are you done changing his bandages?
I'll be there in a moment. Coming. Thanks for waiting. Now then, don't stand on ceremony. Go ahead and dig in. Nom nom nom. Healthy food. Nom nom nom.
Here you go. 1 order of pan-fried sauerkraut.
Thank you.
Finally, something normal to eat.
Oh man, the food was that bad, huh? Oof.
Wait, huh? You even packed some of her health food to go?
I admit the taste was rather odd, but I don't think it's good to waste food.
You can eat that yourself tomorrow.
How bad was her cooking?
Care for another bowl of soup, mine her? No thanks, I'm full. You didn't notice anything off with her cooking when you were in the kitchen? Couldn't just go around tasting food, being in someone else's kitchen and all. Besides, she does cook plenty healthily. I could see that much. Suppose I could also learn a thing or two from Hibiscus. Change up my own cooking. Ah, mind her. I'm just joking. Come back.
Sorry, Hibiscus. Guess no one likes your cooking.
I'm back.
How was it? Have you eaten yet? If not...
Thanks for the offer, but I already ate out.
Oh, I even saved a portion just for you. Sorry for making you do the detective legwork, but it's hard for me to get around right now.
Don't worry about it. I'm also part of the Afterglow. If I can find some way to improve the situation, it'll benefit me just fine.
Now for the data analysis. Fancy hall?
I must say, this setup surpasses my expectations. Far from it, mind her. This is your farewell concert after all, if anything. It ought to be more grand. I was talking about the instruments. Ah yes, Dame Gertrude spent a significant amount of money procuring the highest quality instruments. We've tried our best to meet you and your musicians' needs when it comes to venue and equipment. Now that you've had a good look around, if I'm not mistaken, I believe I still haven't seen the lounge. Ah, look at this sorry memory of mine. Right this way. That's strange. Why won't this door open? Is there someone inside?
Yes, someone indeed is inside.
Dame Gertrude?
Considering the significance of this concert, I am personally inspecting the concert hall's furnishings.
That you would have to come to handle such trivial matters in person means that we have failed in our duties. Sincerest apologies.
It's fine. If I heard right, her Churney's also here.
Yes, I am. What are you doing in there?
I'm checking the lounge's interior. In my opinion, while the lounge does meet the bare minimum as set by you and your musicians, it leaves much to be desired. Water stains in the mirrors, rusting on the drawer handles plating, small holes in the carpet, just to name a few of the problems.
I told you before. This concert doesn't need so much pomp and flair. As long as things work, it's good enough.
That will not do. As your sponsor, my reputation is closely tied to the performance that you and your underlings put on.
How many times I have to tell you? They are musicians who volunteered to play in the concert, not my underlings.
There is no difference in the eyes of the people you've invited.
Have it your way.
I'll open the door for you now. You're free to inspect the facilities yourself.
Never mind. I'll just leave it in your hands.
Do you not want to come in and take a look?
Not in the slightest. So you can stop putting on airs. I trust you didn't want to see my face either, right? So let's make things easy for one another. Her Churney, your tone. This is how we always talk to each other.
Then run along and do as you please. I'll proceed with the needed inspections here. I just hope that these mundane affairs will provide to be a benefit to you on the day of the concert, rather than a hindrance. I mean, the decorations didn't look bad to me. Though that's from a distance. I can't see about up close. But if I went into that lounge, I'd be fine with it. Surprise! 2 entrances, 2 exit. What a great surprise. Lovely. And let's see, I will bring along a caster as usual. As usual, funny. Yawn. Coming. I'll be right there. Hibiscus? Good morning. You're up early today. It's barely light out. Where's Ebenholz? He's still asleep. Your eyes are all bloodshot. Did you stay up all night? We can too, hurry. What happened? False recovery? I have no idea what you're trying to say. Do you really not understand me, or are you just... Fine, I'll explain it one more time. The reason I came to the Afterglow was to investigate why the infected people here were suddenly getting better. But according to our visits over the last few days, the infected here in the Afterglow are not getting better, but exhibiting something called a false recovery. In other words, the patient's condition appears to be getting better, but in reality, it's taking a turn for the worse. Why would they appear to be improving then if they're getting worse? Let me explain it another way. Generally speaking, whenever the body is injured, the best outcome is for it to return to its original state. If it is unable to return to its original state, the body will mobilize its non-damaged parts to cover for the functions lost through the injury, a process we call compensation. Right now, most of the infected in the Afterglow have activated their body's compensation functions, causing them to appear to be in very good shape. But inside them, where the eye cannot see, the severity of their neuropathy is rapidly getting worse. At the current rate, a certain cohort is about to enter the decompensation stage. Decompensation? Once the extent of the damage exceeds the body's maximum ability to compensate, the fragile equilibrium is broken and the patient quickly lapses into the acute exasperation stage of neuropathy, where the condition deteriorates sharply and becomes life-threatening. Actually, there are already people starting to enter the acute stage. How? I get the gist of what you're talking about, but what does this have to do with... Wait, are you saying that Craid is at risk too? No, that isn't a problem, based on the analysis of our findings. So, you and Craid seem to be the primary factors behind this occurrence. Craid and I cause all this? That's complete nonsense. After analyzing your activities and movements, I've confirmed that you, or maybe something you're carrying, is strongly correlated with the incidence of false recovery. For example, the worker in the laundromat beside your residence said the day before that she felt especially good. Her condition worsened dramatically last night, and she was nearly taken to hospice care. I urge the two of you to cooperate with me. If you have any leads, please let me know right away. This is for the safety of everyone in the Afterglow. You can't think of anything at all? Nothing's coming to mind. Can the two of you come down to the office with me and let me check something real quick, just in case? Judging by the markers, one of you is a completely healthy man, and the other is in the stable phase of neuropathy. How could this be? Hibiscus. This time, it's the owner of the music shop behind Afterglow Hall. How's the situation? Thankfully, he signed an agreement with the hospital in Cliffy Patio, and has already been picked up. Another case of false recovery? That's right. Just yesterday afternoon, he reported no discomfort whatsoever. I'll go follow up, just to make sure that the hospital doesn't find any way to renege on the agreement. Those two. I'll handle it. Then I'll be off. I'll have to ask again. Is there anything you can think of? Every moment is the difference between life and death, so please. How about this? Ebenholz, why don't you come with me first? Let's have a chat about this. Craid, would you mind waiting a bit inside? Why you drag me out here by myself? I apologize in advance if this comes off the wrong way, but...
I want you and Craid to keep some distance from each other. The sooner, the better.
Why are you telling me this and not him? Do you suspect that I purposely caused a so-called false recovery?
No. If only it were that simple, I'd be able to hand you straight to Weissenheim authorities, and that's how the root of this issue. But the incident of false recovery started before you arrived, and Adante was the one who noticed. Otherwise, I wouldn't have come to the Afterglow, or even to Weissenheim.
Then why did you say that? Before I came? What about Craid?
The phenomenon of false recovery began right after he arrived in Weissenheim.
After he arrived in Weissenheim? How could that be?
It was roughly the same time Craid arrived in the Afterglow. The indicators from a portion of the infected here began to gradually improve. But his effect on the infected was so minuscule at the time that nobody else noticed except for the thorough and careful Andante. After the two of you met at the registration, Craid's influence suddenly strengthened. Based on the reports, Andante submitted to the Rhodes Island landship. The situation would have taken at least half a year to deteriorate to its current state with just Craid alone. After you arrived, in just a few days' time, we have the current situation on our hands. I need you to explain to me what exactly is going on here. If you don't have an explanation, I need you to put things on hold before the situation spins out of control. So I hope you'll leave the Afterglow and Weissenheim as quickly as possible.
What about the concert?
The concert? What's that matters to you? If the false recovery is caused by some sort of arts, then your ensemble would amplify that if anything. Wait, could it be that's your...
Stop. I'll be frank. I hate nothing more than being unfairly accused.
This isn't a problem that can be resolved by respecting your feelings.
I know. So give me some time.
How long do you need?
If things go smoothly, just a few hours. If not, I don't know, but I promise I'll be back.
Alright, I'll trust you this once.
I don't agree to this. Ebonhose worked so hard to perform in the concert, and finally managed to win over her Churney. It'd be a travesty if you just walked away at this point.
You're missing the bigger picture. We're talking about people's lives here.
But...
Ebonhose?
Ebonhose, where are you going? Ebonhose! You look like you're all out of breath. Did you run the entire way here? I'd urge you not to seek me out in this manner. The risk of being exposed is... Exposed? Things are starting to go pear-shaped. And that's what you're worried about? I want to ask you something. Does the resonance from your so-called voice of terror have any effect on other people? The resonance? No. As long as it's not deliberately directed, the voice of terror's resonance should not affect others in any way. Then why did Hibiscus see me and Craid as a source of the false recoveries? Hibiscus? A Rhodes Island operator dispatched into Weissenheim. So Rhodes Island has termed this phenomenon false recovery. A clear and concise description, as you would expect of such professionals. You knew about it after all. If you're talking about the anomalies that have been happening to the infected in the Afterglow recently, then yes, I do know. What exactly is going on? Simply stated, the voice of terror within Craid is damaged. Damaged? When you cast arts, the voice of terror inside you will activate, therefore assisting you, correct? Yes, I do hear a faint, shrill melody as I'm casting arts. How can something like that be damaged? Craid's voice of terror has always been in an active state, unlike how you were able to turn yours off. In other words, He's been unconsciously casting arts all around him, with no ability to control it. If you'd ask him, he'd probably tell you that he's always been able to hear some sort of vague melody in his head. You can understand this phenomenon as leakage. This false recovery is a product of the voice of Terra's leakage, indiscriminately increasing the activity of originium in the surroundings, using the power of originium to heal the nearby infected. However, the source of healing energy is taken directly from the originium within the body of each infected, using the infected themselves as arts devices, using the originium inside their bodies to enhance their compensatory functions. This is the false recovery caused by Craid's voice of Terra. Craid has been in this state for a long time, continuously affecting the infected around him. If this has been going on for so long, someone should have figured it out by now. The credit for that goes to you, Her Ebenholz. Me? Resonance. Resonance amplifies the leakage of Craid's voice of Terra, which is causing an explosion in the recent cases of false recovery. That's the situation, yes. Alright, I see exactly what's going on now. I hereby withdraw from your plan. Freedom is at your fingertips, and you're willing to give it up just like that? I'm not crazy enough to buy my freedom with the lives of an entire swath of infected. You've been shaken by that woman from Rose Island. This false recovery is indeed not a good thing, but your contact with Craid is just a few days away. After a few days, your voice of terror will be removed, and then you'll leave Weissenheim. Nobody will even notice that we're short of a few infected. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. If you walk away now, Graf Urtika's shadow will follow you your entire life. Is that what you really want? No, but I won't do that either. Goodbye, Dame Gertrude. Where are you going? None of your business. Your footsteps sound rather unsteady. Are you getting a headache? I already told you, it's none of your business.
Aww. That's so nice of Ebenholz. He's willing to suffer. I feel sorry for my boy though. My boy didn't mean. He did not mean for that to happen. My boy's a good boy. And I'll keep it like this for now. Let me bring out thorns there. Then I'll get ready to bring out silver ash. Yeah, I'll put him here. Let's see, how do I want to do this? I'll think a little bit while I slowly put... Oh, I should put a healer down. You know, healers are smart. That'd be smart of me to do. No fear. I might as well put her here, I think. Yeah, that's good. And I can put her here. No fear. No fear, no fear, no fear. Maybe I'll point up? I'm kind of just putting them randomly at this point, but oh well, don't matter. It's fine. I mean, it's not entirely random, so it's fine. It's not totally random. Like that. Oh shoot, I just realized. Poor Silver Ash, he doesn't have the beam anymore, but it's fine for him.
He's a champion, he can handle it. He's a boss like that. Ooh, they're going up top. Yeah, he's fine. Good job, Susie. Okay, just a few more people. Yep, just 6 more, not too many. Come on, get closer. Slowly approaching. It's just that one last dude. Now come on, just one more step. There.
Mission accomplished.
Nice. She's insane. Absolutely insane. That's an entire district of people we're talking about. Besides, does she really think she can come away clean from an incident of this scale? If I went along with her plan, I'd be the first one to take the fall. Even though I'm losing this opportunity, there's nothing to feel bad about. I'll have other opportunities. I can't afford to wait. I made it to Weisheim's customs office. Just as Evan Holes is about to enter the customs office, an intense headache nearly knocks him off his feet. A coward on the run. I don't need you telling me what to do. Even if I die in Urtica, I don't want to become a murderer like you. You fear? You are afraid. If you are ensnared by fear, then never in your life shall you taste freedom. Shut up. Naive idiot. Call me whatever you want. Do you think that woman can get you out of here so easily? Good. It doesn't look like there's anyone here. I just need to be extra careful and make sure nobody sees me. Just a little farther, and I'll be in the uninhabited plates, on the edge of the city. Were you seriously planning to jump off the edge of a nomadic city? Well, that is technically the quickest way out of Weisheim. I would advise against it. Don't force my hand, Gertrude. I have no intention of doing that. Then leave me alone and get out of my sight. Where do you plan to go? Weisheim will continue to move until the concert comes to an end. You have nowhere to go. Even if you risk life and limb to force your way out, only the barren wastelands await you. I'd rather step into the uncharted wastelands then. You'd rather die in the waste than spend another second in Weisheim? Correct. I understand how you feel, but can you calm down first and let me finish? What more do I need to hear from you? Do you really want me to reveal everything to you right here, my dear Graf Urtica? Graf Urtica. You don't need to emphasize my title. I know what you're trying to say. I mean, you might know what she's trying to say, but I don't, really. First of all, I promise that under the current conditions, our plan can still proceed smoothly. It's not our plan, it's yours. If your semantic games allow you to sleep better at night, then so be it. Craid's voice of terror is damaged, and Rhodes Island has also discovered its side effect. Can a damaged voice of terror cancel out one another? Cancel out another one? Even if it could, would Rhodes Island turn a blind eye? Indeed, Craid's voice of terror can still join in resonance. As for Rhodes Island, where do you think we are? This is Weisheim, my domain. That little Fraulein Hibiscus is also an infected. Even letting her step into Lithanian is only
is only to keep up appearances with Rhodes Island. She can go nowhere but Weisheim. In any case, she knows that there's something going on with you and Craid, but doesn't know how it's happening. She has no evidence. I understand you don't have the heart to bring harm upon the infected who have nothing to do with this. The way I see it, this compassion is extraneous. But if you truly wish to act upon it, it is even more important that you carry out the plan. Carry out the plan and let all those infected people die. I'll tell you the rest of the plan then. You and Craid will duet, and you will remove your own voice of terror. Afterwards, I'll create some commotion in the concert hall, and take advantage of the chaos to kill Craid and disguise his body as yours. What did you say? As he has become the biggest scourge in the Afterglow, it is impossible for him to live on. Impossible for what? Don't be ridiculous. The biggest scourge of the Afterglow is none other than you. As I said before, all the scourges of the Afterglow come from Craid's corrupted voice of terror. Resonance exasperates the leakage of the voice of terror in an irreversible process. Even if you were to plummet off the edge of this nomadic city, Craid's voice of terror would not return to the relatively harmless state it was a week ago. More importantly, the voice of terror isn't just harming people around Craid, it's also hurting him. He is the biggest victim of the resonance between you two. He may seem perfectly healthy right now, but don't be fooled. That is just another example of false recovery. Craid's body may have adapted to the voice of terror in the past, but with the recent surge of leakage, this delicate balance is about to be thrown upside down. An optimistic estimate is that his good days will come to an end within 2 weeks. After that, he will experience the intense suffering that occurs in the acute phase following the false recovery phase. The happiest ending for both him and the Afterglow would be for him to die following the concert. For you, for me, for the Afterglow, and for him, it would be a good thing. I would obtain a trump card I could pull out at any time. The Afterglow would obtain peace. Craid would obtain his rest. And you would obtain your freedom. Graf Urtica, rightful heir to Lathanian. The last of the Witch King's bloodline. Freedom. For as long as I can remember, I've never known freedom. Poor child. No courtesy or greetings are needed, just listen to me. Even though you were born to a distant branch far from the Witch King, you are indeed the last of his bloodline. Out of pity, I will not trouble you. Beyond that, you shall also inherit the fiefs passed down from generation to generation in your family. You will become the Lancer of Urtica. You will learn to take responsibility for your own subjects. You're about to take a completely different path from that of your disgraceful kin. I await you. This was my first memory. I was around 5 or 6 years old at the time. I can't remember from before that. I only vaguely remember coming into contact with a strange thing called the Voice of Terra, and nearly lost my life. Staring at the pure white dress in front of me, I was filled with thoughts that I'd become some obscure little aristocrat. I thought I'd live the rest of my life in peace, with the exception of the occasional headache and the auditory hallucinations and the Voice of Terra. Your illustrious highness, you should know to mind your words and actions, and to not leave the spire without good reason. I must remind you, everything that you are has been bestowed upon you by their majesties. Your illustrious highness, aren't you forgetting something? You ought to praise their majesties before you eat. Your illustrious highness, we will be learning a new piece today. This song expresses the gratitude of the nobles towards their majesties. Please keep that in your heart. Your illustrious highness, your mastery of originium art is simply transcendent. You want something more elaborate? Ha ha. You need not wear yourself out. Everyone around me did everything they could to limit my freedom, instilling in my mind an allegiance to the twin empresses. If that was the price for being able to live in peace and quiet, I was willing to pay it. I paid it for a very long time. Your illustrious highness, I shall be frank from the onset. You are the true heir to Lithuanian. I've been laying in wait in your spire for a number of years now. I'm sure you recognize me. You don't have to say anything. Just listen to me. You don't have to agree with me or repudiate me. I know that you're scared and that you don't want to lose even this life you have now. But you should at least know how these people see you and what they want you to do. I'm sure you know what the attendants the tyrants have forced upon you are setting up the... I'm sure you know that the attendants the tyrants have forced upon you are setting up the banquet below. I will take you there, and let you see the truth. The one in front of me grabbed me and pulled me up off the ground. My palm was drenched in sweat. Now that's the good stuff. I had no idea you had such exquisite wine down in the cellar. You flatter me. Urtica's countryside lacks just about everything, but there are indeed a number of master winemakers here. Then we've got to make sure to drink our fill before that little runt grows up. Can't be leaving any for him. That simply won't do. The boy has been under house arrest for a number of years, but I'm looking for the right time to teach him how to drink. I'll have to fill him until he's a hopeless alcoholic. I was in trance for a short while. You'll become the Lencher of Urtica. Oh, so you still had a trick up your sleeves. Once the run has become completely soaked with wine, it'll be a load off their majesties. Shh. Yes, right. Screw me, mates. Screw me, mate. Guess I'll have to repent with another glass. You will learn to take responsibility for your own subjects. But remember, these words don't leave the wine table. We can't allow the boy to have heirs. That's the order from on high, with my life on the line. If it's that big of a deal, why don't you find an apothecary? That won't work. It'd leave a paper trail. Only by letting him usher his own downfall will my task be considered complete. Ambitious, truly ambitious. Come, let us drink to that. You are about to take a completely different path from that of your disgraceful kin. If I can get rid of the boy without getting my hands dirty, then Urtica will be mine. I'll drink to that. Prost. Prost. Did you hear that, boy? This is the peaceful, easygoing life you wanted. Her ebonholes. You fell over on the spot. I almost had you sent to the hospital. Feeling a little better? I'm perfectly fine. About the plan. I don't want to hear right now. I'm going. As I said, you can leave at any time. Don't come pestering me again. Well, you'll have to forgive me for being bad at following orders. I wonder how you escaped that place based on that flashback scene. Sheesh. Welcome back. Your complexion looks terrible. What's wrong? Did you get sick? I'm fine.
You sure don't look fine to me. Go rest in bed and I'll boil some water for you.
There's no need.
Relax. I used to take care of Grandpa when he first got sick. Just lie down and let me handle the rest. If you don't get any better, I'm going to tell Hibiscus. I'll be right back.
I like how he's gonna give him boiling water.
I drink hot water, just plain hot water sometimes. And I get weird looks for that. But I guess it's normal for Craid. That's fine. Nothing wrong with drinking hot water. Graf Erdica endures a splitting headache and lies there in bed. His consciousness gradually blurs. Gradually blurring, huh? Is that why there's no text yet? Okay, there.
Depraved maggots. They would destroy your exalted bloodline. Shut up. Harg! Self-deprecating trash!
The sound of a cello comes from afar. The sky is blue and fine. His headache is no less intense, but the voice in Graf Erdica's head is drowned out by the melody from the cello. A wave of reprieve washes over him. The breeze lilts by in song. The melody sounds somewhat familiar. His splitting headache makes it impossible for him to gather his thoughts, but he feels he has heard this melody somewhere before. The river murmurs clear. Where have I heard this before? Where? My heart? Man, they're seriously so cute together for this event. You're awake. Just stay put for now. Hibiscus just came over and drew blood when she saw the state you're in. She said there's nothing wrong with your body, but you might be overstressed and worn out. Overstressed. Aha. I heard someone playing the cello just now. Was that you? Yes.
Where did you learn that melody?
Maybe someone hummed it to me when I was little. I don't exactly remember.
When you were little. You're that.
I'm what? The weakened Graf Erdica struggles a few times, but nevertheless is unable to crawl out of bed. But those dusty memories within his mind, awakened by the sound of the cello, flashed once more before his eyes. Oh, were they childhood friends or something? If they were, that's even cuter. I want to take both of them back to my Rhodes Island. The rite of spring. No, they offer sacrifice not to the deceased figure, but to the figments within their own hearts.
So these are the only ones left of His Majesty's bloodline? Those wretched women were quick at their handiwork. This is the best we can do. I still say that we shouldn't be treating His Majesty's melodies so frivolously. What do you think we should do then? I think we should be a little more cautious here.
Cautious? Our people are being slaughtered day after day, and you want to be cautious? This is our last chance. Even if bringing His Majesty's bloodline and melodies won't revive all of His Majesty's powers, at the very least... How old am I? 2? 3? In the middle of a rundown building, I look around at my surroundings, bewildered. The man who brought me here told me that both my father and mother had already been lynched. At the time, I didn't even understand what lynching and death meant. He even told me that from here on out, this would be my home. I was going to be part of a grand plan, and if luck was on my side, I could even become Lathanian's next ruler. I don't get it. I don't get any of it at all. The only thing I understood in my confusion was that I probably wouldn't ever get to go back to my room where the sunlight beamed in every morning.
Didn't I tell you already? It's impossible to make a person into a vessel for the voice of Terra.
You knew it was impossible. Did you let any of us know you were against the plan before we started then? And now only after they started to bite the dust, are you complaining? Don't make me laugh.
No,
Let me tell you, this isn't a waste. This is a price we must pay for our success. As long as one of them survives, we won't have to hide out here in the provinces like thieves. Victoria, Ursus, Kashimirish, there are more parties interested in our plans than we can count. As long as we succeed, their armies will help secure our revenge against those awful women. That day, the lady who had been taking care of us disappeared. When she was gone, the men who brought us our meals but didn't stay with us started arguing with each other. I didn't understand what they were arguing about. All I knew was that the lady who sang songs for us probably wasn't going to be back again. If I remember correctly, this is how the song goes. The sky is blue and fine. The breeze lilts by in song. The river murmurs clear. My heart is filled with hope. I think there was more to the song, but she never sang that part to us. What is it this time? Out with it!
that's another one of them, dead.
So what? We're making progress. Next time, we'll move the operating room further away and add some soundproofing material. We'll definitely get there. The weather got cold and then warm. At first, those men would make a huge ruckus whenever someone disappeared. They gradually complained less and less. Our meals got worse too, but at least we were able to fill our stomachs, thanks to there being fewer mouths to feed. Perhaps this is just how man is meant to be. Before you know it, they disappear. And so did their things too. Like the cane that belonged to the old granny, the music box that belonged to a boy, the wand and originium dice that belonged to an older man. But there were also things that stayed with us, like the song that the girl liked to sing. There was a boy who learned the song, and he liked humming it.
Just what are we doing? We brought His Majesty's bloodline under our protection, only to send them to their deaths.
Wait, does this mean they're actually cousins? Wake up. This is a necessary price to pay to make sure His Majesty's bloodkin can wield his power properly. We have to make these sacrifices. We're learning more and more about the voice of Terra. We'll succeed soon enough.
What about those who died? No, let's stop these crazy experiments. Let's start over with new identities and raise the few we have left. They might just grow up and become fine men like His Majesty.
Stop dreaming. We need the voice of Terra. Then after a year, or perhaps 2, I really have no idea. It was just me and the boy. I'd start trembling in fear every time that those men came to our room. When he saw that, the boy would comfort me and tell me that everything was alright before standing in front of them. Then, as soon as they were gone, he would sing the song. My heart is filled with hope. You two have been here for a long time. You may be kids, but you've figured it all out already, haven't you? You're His Majesty's only surviving bloodkin after all. I don't want to make this too ugly. I'll let you decide who'll be next.
We've made vast improvements in our technology. It might succeed, most likely. Whichever of you undergoes the experiment might become a really, truly amazing caster.
We weren't stupid. The man in the noble attire told us the same thing the few times before that. but none of the ones who left with him ever came back.
Hello, hello?
My legs trembled. I looked at the boy next to me. His lips were pale too. I didn't want to disappear, nor did I want him to disappear, but he noticed my gaze and turned to me, and spoke those words as his lips trembled. I'll do it. When I heard him say that, I couldn't keep myself upright anymore. My legs gave out, and I fell to the ground. I lived alone in that empty room for 2 whole months. Then on a rainy night, they brought the boy back. His eyes were closed, and he bit his lip hard, but he was alive. I thought it was a miracle, but mere days later, he was taken from the room again, never to be seen again, just like the others. He was still humming the song before he left. My heart is filled with hope. A few days came and went, and it was finally my turn. I followed those two. On our way, I saw many rooms that I had never seen before. There were all kinds of devices and equipment inside. We arrived at a small room that was completely white inside. The woman in the spire caster attire told me to lie down on the bed. She was wearing a white surgical mask and gloves and had a very strange feel to them. She put a mask over my face, and that was the last thing I remember. I was woken up by their cheers. When I awakened, I felt like there was lava burning in my brain and roasting my eyes. The pain lasted... How long was it? Days? Weeks? Months? Nevertheless, as time went on, the pain slowly weakened. In the end, I would get bouts of intense pain that quickly subsided. I waited for them to carry me outside like everybody else, but they didn't. Not only that, they started to fawn on me, gave me more food, and let me run outside in the courtyard. They started giving me lessons to teach me how to read, write, and most importantly, use Originium arts. Very solemnly, they gave me the wand and Originium dice that belonged to the old man and told me to cherish them, as they were part of His Majesty's collection. Thereafter, whenever I showed any aptitude for arts, they would shower me with praise. Of course, those days didn't last very long.
Is this all we'll get with this boy?
From the looks of it, even if we push him to his limits, he would only be able to arm wrestle a single Empress's voice fighter. Perhaps we should adjust his voice of terror energy fluctuations like the last one.
Forget it.
What are you afraid of? If we improve...
You can't.
You dare talk back to me?
We had so many verses of the Voice of Terra, and this is the only one that can still be played. We had 15 of His Majesty's bloodkin, and this boy is the only one left. If we raise him right, we might yet be able to flee to another country and buy ourselves official appointments there. And more importantly, His Majesty's bloodline will continue. If he ends up buggered like the last kid, then the only way we'll have to make it up to His Majesty is by taking our own lives.
The next day, they were gone too. They didn't take their own lives. Rather, it was because the Empress's voice kept talking about it. The Empress's voice they kept talking about were here. When I sat in the empty room and listened to the screams outside, I couldn't help but feel a sense of joy. After all, they all love to talk about His Majesty's bloodline. And now, what they feared the most, the destruction of this cursed bloodline, was finally about to happen. An elegantly dressed man kicked the door in and entered. This must be the Empress's voice. He looked at me and neither lowered his weapon nor attacked. He was probably hesitating? Hesitating for what? I picked up my wand and pointed it at the Empress's voice, and the Originium dice started to revolve around me. As I expected, He dashed toward me unbelievably quickly and struck the brass instrument out of my hand hard. Yeah, the brass instrument on my head hard. That strike was the very thing that divided my short life into two wildly different halves. Graf Ertica has forgotten how he found himself handcuffed to this chair. His frequent headaches serve as the only reminder that the Witch King's final melody yet lives in his head. His regent, managing the Graf shaft, has told him with scorn that it is an artifact left behind by the one whose name we dare not speak, and that is no longer separable from his body. But he has no idea at all how he became one with that thing. He remembers now. What should he do? What can I do? Hey, he is reunited with his cousin at least. Tutorial OP 849. Oh man, they are joking about being cousins, and I guess they are. They can be besties, they're like childhood friends and cousins. Same thing, right? Okay, that lady's going forward. Weird, it's like something in front's blocking the realigned flux. And that's alright. It's the realigned flux charging a resonator with energy. Just put the resonator in contact with the realigned flux for a while, and you'll activate the resonator. Once operators are deployed on active resonators, they'll get a new realigned flux originating from their position without any connection to a tuba. Understood. Once I'm able to put the thingy there. I guess I just wait for it? First resonator active. Let's keep it up and minimize the impacts of the excess energy disturbance. I gotta bring out a healer soon, hopefully. Actually, no, at least that can heal. Oof! Uh-oh, that wasn't too good. Come on, break the thingy already. There. And now I guess I go up, in this case. Shoot. Yeah, this ain't too good. But I need to do the thing, don't I? Or was it not necessary? I'm guessing it wasn't necessary, huh? I mean, it's fine. I'm just gonna do it at this point. No regrets. Man, if I have to redo it, I'll redo it. Whatever. Me. Oh, so sad. Wee. 3, 2, 1, and I can place her down. There, barely did it. Delicious water to celebrate. I'll do one more. Yeah, just one more, and then afterwards I'll continue the rest tomorrow. Boop. Cast her out. How do you feel? All better now, right?
I'm fine. I'm totally fine, I'm sure of it. The both of us are. I'm going out for a bit, so stay put here.
You're going out again the moment you feel a little better?
I've got work to do.
That's fine and all, but shouldn't you at least wait until you recovered?
Don't worry about me.
Hibiscus said the same thing. After you wake up, it'd be best to keep resting for a while and monitoring your condition.
It's an emergency, one that can't wait, alright?
But there's not a whole lot of time left until the concert. I think the most important thing to do until then is to make sure you're healthy and well practiced. I'm sure that's what you want too.
Can you stop pestering with that right now?
Pestering?
That's not what I meant. But I have to go, so don't get in my way. I'll be back as soon as I can.
You really can't tell me what you're going to do?
If everything goes well, you'll know soon enough. Oh right, your suit.
What about it?
I made an appointment to pick it up in the afternoon. But I won't be able to go with you. You should go get it yourself. Remember to bring your cello with you and play a little passage. As you're trying it on, make sure there aren't any areas that feel uncomfortable. I'll be back. You again?
Yes, it's me. I'm here to ask you to put this concert on hold. Or at least, don't let Ebenholz and Craid play together.
What did you say?
Something terrible is going to happen in the Afterglow if those two play together.
So if what you're saying is true, my recent improvement was due to this so-called false recovery caused by Ebenholz and Craid. And as soon as this phase is over, I'll become critically ill and my life will be in danger.
That's right. You've been around them a lot, so the symptoms will also be a lot more pronounced.
Others who'd have less contact with them are also affected. And if I let the two of them play together, there's a high possibility that people will die.
Correct. Even though I don't know the exact reason. Having the two play together seems to amplify the effect they have on their surroundings.
How likely are we talking about here?
I can't say for sure right now.
Other than me, who else is in life-threatening danger?
Over a dozen people from the Afterglow have already been hospitalized in the cliffy patio.
The cliffy patio. In other words, they've already left Ebenholz and Craid's effective range.
That should be the case.
Then I have a clear picture of the situation.
Your answer
Is no.
What? I'm not asking you to cancel the whole concert. You can just cut Ebenholz and Craid's part, or even have someone else perform the duet.
If you can prove that their duet will cause harm to people other than me, then I'll cancel the concert right away. But it seems that's not the case, even if you have no idea what would happen if they played together. I can't simply throw away the efforts and aspirations of everyone in the Afterglow over these illusory concerns.
The efforts and aspirations? I understand how much this concert means to you, but
You don't understand anything. If you truly understood, you would throw away the word "but" so lightly. Unfortunately, I cannot change the concert schedule on your word alone.
Mr. Cherney, please give me a straight answer. What makes this concert more important than the lives of the infected?
What are you talking about? Are you suggesting that I'm disregarding people's lives?
I'm just saying. Hibiscus. Miss Ursula? Come take a little stroll, won't you? But come now. Let's head on, calm down first. We can talk about this later, okay? If everything Gertrude said is true, then Craid won't survive this. No, there must be some way. Some way to come out ahead on both fronts. Churney must know something. No, he's just a musician. He won't be able to help. Should I tell Craid the truth? But what good would that do? Rhodes Island. Someone like Hibiscus is only going to send me back to my cell at Utica.
No, we're not. She won't send you to your cell. She's going to send you to my Rhodes Island and you're going to stay my base.
The Empress's voice? What am I even thinking? Is this a suicide mission?
People are just passing by? What are they doing?
No, I've been going in circles. I'm standing out too much. I need to go somewhere less crowded. Huh? Have I seen that man before? Be careful. Definitely. The crowd. Right, the rumor. There was that rumor. I've got to get to the bottom of this rumor. Who knows? There might even be some clues, or the person spreading the rumor might know something. But it's all up to me at this point. You sure? This is the best opportunity we're going to get. The longer things drag on, the less time we'll have. It'll only make things harder. Alright, hurry it up then. I'll go report to the higher-ups. I'm counting on you, Her Lockman. Heh. This work sure is demanding, physically and emotionally. It's hard enough spreading the rumors. Now I even have to go there.
Oh, hello, am I winning? I think I am.
The sewers? He's heading into the sewers? I'd rather not have to follow him. Down there. Time to act.
Ugh, I don't want to go into the sewers either.
Hold it right there. Who are you? Don't turn around. Tell me, who sent you to spread rumors in the Afterglow? You've got the wrong idea. I just happened to overhear. I've been following you the whole time, Herlockman. And I connected the dots just now. You were the one fanning the flames before, spreading rumors to have the mob accost Hibiscus. You've got a pretty good memory. Speak, who sent you here, and what are you planning to do in the sewers? What wonderful timing. I am also quite curious as to what Herlockman planned to do in the sewers. Don't turn around or else.
I like how they're just surprising each other by showing up behind of each other. I want someone else to show up too and be like, don't turn around or else. And then another person and another person.
What do you think will happen?
Come on, more people, please show up. I'm glad they're not in the sewers though. Outside of the sewer, but not inside. It'd be gross getting in the sewer. I would hate that. How am I gonna do this? Actually, no, I know how to do this. No, I just gotta get someone to face this way. If I want to break that thingy up there. Hey, come on. Ooh, I can actually do it this way too. Do I even need to break that thing? I mean, why not, I guess? No regrets. broke the thingy.
Oh, that hurts.
Oh man, I hate how much they hurt.
Yeah, I really hate that. Oof.
No! Stop hurting.
Can you just like not hurt like that, please? Shoot.
Why must you hurt so badly? Why must you cause pain? Sir, can you just like not cause pain like that? Come on, dude.
Oh, I hate this.
I mean, it's fine right now.
Phew. Yeah, I do not like that.
I'm just gonna let those people get the thingy up there. At this point.
Uh-oh, I gotta bring out another healer soon, probably, maybe?
No fear, no fear, no fear, no fear.
I wanna bring out my bestie.
Yeah, she'll be fine here. I believe in Susie. Maybe I should have faced her the other way. Oh well, too late. No regrets.
Phew.
There.
Who are you? I told you not to turn around. You let the mark get away. I said, who the hell are you? Easy now, my dear Graf. Settle down. My official identity can be a bit messy to explain. So just treat me as a spy. I'm called Beigler. You... Why'd you have to jump out at this exact moment? That man escaped because of you. Considering he ended up down in the sewers, it'll take him a long time to find another exit. Besides, you stopped him before he went to the sewer. Who knows? Maybe the two of you saw that you were in a disadvantageous position and tried to put on a little show to try to fool me. Do you seriously think we're in cahoots? He and I? Or are you trying to tell me that someone coerced you into going to see Gertrude? Spare me the bad jokes. You're worth much more than he is, Graf Erdica. You can't stop me. When it comes to combat ability, it is true that I can't stop you, but think carefully. This is a job straight from their majesties. Take a look. I've dealt with these things since I was 6. I personally don't mind your snark, but you best show some self-restraint when it comes to their majesties' affairs. Restraint? When you, a lowly spy, figure out that you've got the wrong person, you're going to be the one begging for forgiveness. You don't seem to understand the situation you're in, my good Graf Erdica. But enough of that. Don't try to stall for time here. Come with me. Where to? To where you belong. Don't worry. We've prepared detention facilities for suspects from all walks of life. I assure you, you enjoy the finest treatment. Let me tell you something, Herr Beigler. Ready to beg for mercy? Or is it a bribe? In case of the latter, I'd be more than glad to oblige. I doubt a little bit of money's enough for you to let me go. Why do I get the impression that you take me away regardless, even after you pocketed the money? Clever boy. I find it rather easy to get along with you, Herr Beigler. You remind me of the Erdica I know so well, where most of the people are just as upstanding as you. I'm honored to hear that. But what I really want to know is what that man is doing in the sewers.
Ooh, you're gonna go too? Have fun, and I like the event so far. Man, Evanho's relationship with his cousin is so wholesome. Or at least I'm thinking they're cousins based on that flashback. Such good buddies.
But you're the one who stopped him. Right under my nose. Well, This is a bit embarrassing to say, but I wanted to resolve things up here. One of my agents liked to tell stories that would make you want to hurl. Of the ones that instantly killed your appetite for the day, the worst all came from the sewers. If your stomach is upset, perhaps we should go for a cup of coffee to soothe things over.
I want coffee. Weigler, are you coffee man? You're like the one person who mentions coffee.
I'd love to go, but I'd much rather find out what he's doing down there. I might as well go after him. And this is all your fault, Herb Beigler. As long as you let me head down, you can keep pointing your wand at me. I won't try to run. I will warn you in advance. There will be consequences for running away from me without authorization, regardless of the reason. What kind? Will you put me down? You'd at least be stripped of your status, even if you're proven innocent in the future. You'd never be able to step into the spire of Utica ever again. Don't threaten me with a good time. I might even be more inclined to try running now. Shakes head. In any case, since you insist on heading down there, after you, Graf Utica.
Oh no, he's gonna go to the concert all stinky after being in the sewers. Aw, man.
I'll be keeping a close eye on you.
Unless he can shower before the concert. If not, oof. That's gonna suck.
Hibiscus, this isn't a lecture, but you can't speak to mind her that way.
But Mr. Cherney is...
There's a lot of things he can't say, leaving this old lady to say 'em.
Please come in.
Do you know how the Afterglow got its name?
I don't.
Mine her once said, it is precisely because night falls that the Afterglow is even more precious. If the long veil of night were to never lift, what could be more dazzling and awe-inspiring than the warm Afterglow?
It's a wonderful saying, but...
Oh, the two over there, Frau Ursula and Hibiscus. Come, if you want to chat, do it over here. Why the long face, Hibiscus? Did something happen? If you're worried that my food isn't healthy enough, I also have sparkling water here. Come.
We're still...
Let's oblige him this time. Frau Ursula, what's wrong with Hibiscus? Did she get into an argument? No, none of that. Enough random guessing. I was telling Hibiscus about the history of the Afterglow. The Afterglow's history? No, that's something I couldn't be more familiar with. Not bragging either. But I bet I know even more than Frau Ursula here. The Afterglow didn't used to be a residential area for the infected. It was one of Weissenheim's industrial plates. Don't underestimate me just because I'm setting up shop over here. Back in the day, I was in charge of feeding hundreds of associates.
Industry. Could it be that this place was turned into an infected residential area because of the spread of neuropathy due to industrial waste?
Industrialization did bring a lot of infected here, but back in Athenians' old days, there was no such thing as a ghetto for infected. Ha! I won't keep rambling on. One year, Weissenheim constructed a magnificent concert hall that shocked the world, but with a single order from him, His Majesty, known now as our Afterglow Hall. Back then, that's not what the concert hall was called.
His Majesty? Which one are you referring to?
Oh dear, Hibiscus. Let's not worry about the details, alright? If it's His Majesty...
I get it.
When the concert hall was completed, he still reigned, and nobody dared to say anything. But he left us just as quickly, and Graf Strollo, who took over Weissenheim, hated this concert hall.
Maybe hate isn't the right word, but rather was too quick to show loyalty?
Shh! No random guessing. A few years later, the powers issued an order to supposedly improve the treatment of the infected. The Graf at the time took the opportunity to lump the concert hall together with the industrial plate had turned it all into the infected ghetto. I looked all over, but before that, there was no such things as infected quarters anywhere in Lithanian.
The Count's the graph at the time. Wasn't that the very same Dame Gertrude?
It was either her father or her oldest brother. I can't really remember, but it wasn't actually her. Though the graph at the time designated this area for the infected, he didn't care whether the people in it lived or died. He even had all the industrial facilities torn down. Obviously, to have us fend for ourselves. So among the nobles, this place became known as the Afterglow, and the concert hall also became the Afterglow Hall. The name Afterglow represented the idea that we wouldn't last long, just like the last rays of light in the evening.
That's simply cruel and unusual.
It was pretty over the top. But for the Afterglow at the time, that word was a perfect fit. Everyone fought desperately to survive, to let the lingering rays of sunlight on the horizon struggle for just a bit longer. We set up stalls, we ran errands. Some of us even turned into hired thugs for rich people and other plates. Ha! Those were some chaotic years. Later on, her attorney stepped forward.
Stepped forward?
He started out as a nobody. He had written a few pieces, but since he was an infected, everything was published anonymously. His works were magnificent, even attracting attention from the fancy folk atop the spires. But once they saw that her attorney was from the Afterglow, they quickly turned away and left. That was until he wrote Morgan und a Bend. Ursula would be more qualified to speak about Morgan und a Bend than me, so I'll turn the floor over to her.
Miss Ursula? Oh, it's actually quite simple. The one who taught piano to mine her had a daughter, and she was good friends with him. The two were on very good terms, and they were just about as good as each other. They were awfully competitive, always trying to one-up the other. Sadly, the girl passed away when mine her was 20 years old. Losing her was a huge blow to him. Day in, day out, he spoke hardly a word. He grew thinner and thinner by day. Until finally, he showed a stack of sheet music, told me it's his newest composition, and that he wasn't going to publish anonymously this time. The Gräfin there, she was the very same dame you mentioned. Still don't know why, but the Gräfin sought out mine her. She became his sponsor and also went along with his ideas. She gave him her full backing. Finally letting Morgan und a Bend carry the churning and spread it all throughout the Afterglow. I can't imagine that, but I'm starting to understand a bit of what Mr. Churney meant in his saying. Morgan und a Bend was so popular and beloved, the folks in the spires couldn't blind eye anymore. They had no choice. They had to acknowledge mine her's talent. So then Mr. Churney began to cultivate people in the Afterglow. Good musical talent?
That's right. Seeing as how we are in Lithanian, the one thing we aren't short on is musicians. I may not have any talent, but even I.
Oh, stop it. You're just being humble. A few years ago, you were still playing that accordion while yodeling about your pickled cabbage.
Haha. Back in my factory days, I had to gather everyone up for lunch. Way easier to use an accordion than to shout.
Anyway, once music became a part of the Afterglow, our worst days finally passed. Composing, performing, teaching, making instruments. Plenty of folk published their compositions anonymously, and most performers can't leave the Afterglow. But still, the money it brought in gave the Afterglow a foot in the door. But before long, mine her got into some big fight with the Gräfin. A big fight? Looked like a clash of ideas. Not that understand such things. The Gräfin stayed in the Hearst patron. but the two have hardly made contact since. Andante, what's wrong? Craid's grandfather, he's gone missing? Grandpa, stop going wandering. Gosh darn it, Grandpa.
I'll head back right away.
Sheesh.
Thank you very much. See you. Goodbye. Hope to see you again. If anything doesn't fit quite right, bring it back and I'll fix it for you. It's already so late. Evan Ho should be back by now, right? Huh? What is that? An Originium slug?
Uh-oh. I don't know if I like that cliffhanger. That's not a good cliffhanger.
But it's the one I'm ending off on.
Grandpa, why? Grandpa, stop going missing, Grandpa.
Grandpa. Gramps. Grandpapa.
Ah well. We'll continue it later. I like the event so far. I don't want anything bad to happen to my boy Craid. Makes me a little sad thinking about it, but you know, right now he's fine. But Grandpa though! Grandpa! Don't tell me you're wandering the sewers. Don't do that, Grandpa.
Grandpa, I'll save you next time. I'll find you. Then we're gonna take you back home. Grandpa.
Was the food hibiscus made him that bad that he needed to go out and get something better to eat, maybe? If that's so, I understand, Grandpa.
Grandpa, don't do that.
Get you next time. So thank you everyone for stopping by the stream. I hope everyone has a great rest of their day and epic gacha luck. I'm probably gonna throw in my shop tickets in the banner just because, hehehe.
But I'll resist summoning a lot.
Yeah, I'll just have to think about it for now. I'll continue the event tomorrow and finish it. So see you guys then. Bye bye.